Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, got them binge watching. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HT content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back and tell you sorry, try again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable.
Hey everybody, come on in. Make sure you like and share the video, please and thank you very much. Please and thank you very much. Let me know if my sound is okay. Let's see who in the chat. What up, Vibrant? How you doing? How is your Friday going so far? I had a half day of work today, so I figured I just come over here and chill with you guys for a little spell, just for a little spell, because I'm supposed to be joining another panel tonight. And I don't even remember what time it's going to be, but I'm supposed to be hopefully joining another panel tonight with someone. So I'm just trying to, get in where I fit in so I can enjoy the rest of my day before I go live later. But anyway, and then as far as the weekend goes, Saturday, I don't know what's going to bring. Sunday, I know Riggs and I are on at 9 p.m. Central Time, but at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time, me, Cruza, I think Sislo, and definitely Choreo and VA Sagittarius. It's a couple of ladies who want to discuss the polygamist finally over here, okay? I might have to go back and watch all of them damn episodes, which I would really hate to do, even though they only 30 minutes long, but it's like 23. That's like I might have to stay up all weekend, Vibrant, and rewatch that shit, because I watched it like damn near a month and a half ago when everybody was talking about it. But I mean, I do remember like the gist of the movie, so I don't literally have to just, watch it all. But yeah. But anyway, so on your way in, please again make sure you like and share the video. I'm only gonna be here for a minute. If you want to donate to the platform, feel free. $ the hood table 402. Help a sister out with that StreamYard bill. Okay. Oh, I don't be begging for cash apps on here, but I'm just saying. The StreamYard that don't be StreamYarding half the damn time. But anyway, so title of the video says, can we say apples and oranges? And can I get a consensus? Let me put a poll in the chat. I want to get a poll in the chat. Okay. Hold on while I'm creating this poll. Let's see. + poll. Okay. Question. Okay. All right. So there's the poll. And I just got to ask, because some people do their StreamYard and they be having the comments on the screen. And for me, if I'm looking at my laptop, it's so tiny. And even on a cell phone, it's so tiny. So I don't even know if people get anything out of CCs put in the comments from the chat onto the screen. So I just want a consensus. Yes or no. But yeah, so as far as the title of the show though is apples and oranges. Can we say apples and oranges? Now, I was happened to be watching a couple of people videos, and I came across a video where they said Cruza had went off on Rodney. And I'm thinking, why the fuck Cruiser go off on Rodney? What they beefing for? What's going on now? And so somebody said Cruiser had went off on Rodney, but had put her video on members. And I don't have a membership. And let me just make sure this is who I think it is in the back. One sec. Hey, Sugar.
Hey, boo, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing so good. I'm so happy to be off of work early.
I know it's Friday. I know.
Yes, it's Friday. It's hot as the fuck, but I'm sitting in the air. God is good.
I know that's right. But go ahead. I'll go on mute.
Okay. So, and hey, VA, and hey, Enjoy Life. Hey, Chess Temp 84. How you doing? You prefer comments on the screen just in case. Okay. So yeah, y'all show me on the poll what y'all prefer, because if people prefer it, I'll do it. But
I've always said I prefer it, but go ahead.
You do too?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna add you into the consensus as a yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, bet. So I didn't get to see Cruiser's video, the one that she put on members, because I'm not a member. And I guess I heard that she had went off on Rodney. Then Rodney had posted on his channel. He had posted his apology, or he apologized to her or some shit. And then so I guess after he posted his apology, she put it on members.
He dropped down in her chat.
So he dropped down in her chat and apologized?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I think he did that and did a post or something, but he did drop down in her live.
Okay. So he dropped down in her live because somebody said he made a post too, but deleted it. And I'm like, I don't know, because I didn't see the post, so I don't know if he did a post or not. But somebody said he deleted the post because she went over on YouTube cameras and went off about it again. Well, now I was able to see him on YouTube camera. So what do you think about what she's had to say over there? Because I want to get into this shit.
Well, because I don't blame her at all. I don't think she quote unquote went off, but she was in her feelings about it because, how dare he? She's talking about school uniforms. She put an AI generated picture that had already been all over Facebook and everything.
All over Facebook.
Again,
I told y'all the other day that Riggs and I was going to talk about
it. Yeah. And it was AI generated. She put it on her wall, because that was going to be the subject of what they talked about on her channel over in the church sector. And so Rodney took his behind all the way over there on Miss Cruiser's wall, which to me means he's been clicking on everybody's stuff, trying to see what people are saying about him. And he popped on Miss Cruiser's wall, saw that, and then, and then said what he said. And so I don't blame her for still being upset, because don't do that. Don't, it's not the same. And how dare you try to, basically he was saying that she's like him. You see what I'm saying? Predatory or something. So I feel she was right to still be a little bit heated about it.
And did she delete it off of her wall? Because I'm looking on both of her channels and I don't see the post anymore of the little boy.
She probably did, because she probably didn't want people continuing to talk about it, because like she said, I'm not in this shit. We are not the same. That is not predatory. You're weird. You know what I'm saying? And
it's very weird. It's very weird. And hey, Sassy Francis.
Yeah, she's like, I don't have any. How dare you try to, make me, equal to you? You know what I'm saying? And it's just not the same thing. So leave me, basically leave me the F alone. So she probably
absolutely not. It is absolute. I didn't see her original video that she put on members. I heard about it, and then I heard she was on YT. So I went over to YT and I was like, oh, let me listen to this shit. And so they was like, She hit the
Right.
panel. She just happened to hit the panel. I mean, I literally scrolled all the way Redball, and she hit
Yeah.
the panel. And she immediately started talking about the picture that she had put on her community wall, which was an
Right.
AI. It was an
Right.
AI. It had been trending so much so that I told Riggs, I said, I think this would be a good conversation for us as
Right.
well. And he was like, yeah, I do hood table. And so she said the picture basically is a picture of a little boy. He got like makeup on. You can tell it looks like he has makeup on, not a lot, but it does look like he has makeup on. And he has a uniform skirt, sneakers and socks. And so, you know, people have been posting that AI around and saying this mother, the school called, whatever. They come to find out it's an AI picture, girl. But it
Right.
still makes for good conversation because these
Right.
days, where children, some of them feel more, you know, pro-choice as to what they want to wear, who they want to be at a very young
Right.
age. It's still a very good conversation, but what does that have to do talking about whether a boy should wear a dress or shorts or jeans compared to him talking about young light-skinned boys and teenage boys and 17? What the fuck does that have to
And
do with one
yeah,
another?
keeping it secret, and you can
Keeping
you
secrets. I like the young ones. I can keep secrets.
yeah, I drain them well. I like
Like,
17-year-olds. I can drain them well. What does that have to do with the fully clothed AI video of a little boy that is fully clothed, and the subject has been all over
all
Facebook,
over Facebook,
and
IG, YouTube.
all they're talking about is, uniforms and kids expressing themselves, and how, as
Exactly.
far as how they dress.
Exactly. Now his comments over there on the Twitter, which he's still trying to make people believe are fake. Cute and young, he can train me. I'll keep secrets. Dated August 31st, 2019. And then of course the other one that people were talking about was something about them young light-skinned 17-year-olds have really great or really good stamina in bed. And so it
Do you have
again,
the Do you have the other one where he said he could drain a 17-year-old really well?
I didn't have the one about the train. I don't have that one about training them really well. I just have
No, no,
those
no.
two.
Draining with the
Yeah, I
G.
don't have that one. I don't
Draining.
have that one.
Okay, but it does exist.
I do not have that one, but
It
that
does
is like
exist.
so bad. Hey, Bird, what's up? And
Hey,
Enjoy Life says she did take it down. Okay, so Cruiser took it down. Okay, baby. And then, hey, RY, how you doing? You said an FB post was a
RY.
topic for a few group chats I'm in on FB. Yes, it's been topic. It's been a topic for a minute, even though they saying it's an AI generated picture of a little boy.
It is right.
Hey, Room Shaker. Hey, Shaker, Shy.
And like I said, that just proves to me that he, because he's like he is, he's going from community wall, trying to see what people are saying about him and reading the comments up under, what CCs are posting. And he happened to run into Miss Cruises and looked at that and thought, ooh, I can use this. None of us are the same except for Yusuf. So get over it.
Exactly. And some people are like, I heard Pisa. She said that somebody had said the other day, what's the difference between Rodney and Yusuf? Y'all was supporting Yusuf, woo 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 woo. And Pisa was like, I mean, it's sad that Pisa or anybody else has to say the difference. First of all,
Well,
nobody knew what the fuck Yusuf was doing in his private life. All we know was he had a teal kitchen, he had teal pots and pans, he had teal paint on his walls, he had a teal motherfucking spatulas. I mean, all that kind of shit. And we didn't know that he was talking to young people
right,
outside of YouTube. But of
right,
course, when everybody found out, everybody backed away. Even
right.
Uppity,
Nobody.
she was still trying to have confidence in him. And finally, Uppity was like, you know, it's too many receipts from the course. It's too many, you know what I mean?
Well, and once we found out, there's not one person that I know of in the beef sector. I don't know about any other sector. Nobody supports Yusuf now.
Nobody.
And Yusuf wasn't even really beef sector. You know,
He
he
was
was
never really beef sector, but
no.
sometimes I would go over there to listen to
Yes,
him cook.
yes,
Like I loved his cooking videos. I really did.
yes,
He would
yes.
go over there and man, he could
Look,
make a steak like no other. Like that boy could cook in
look.
that Till kitchen. But
Until
RY is right. The difference is Rodney didn't caught. Now again, RY, like most of us have been saying, probably y'all too, is that we don't know of any, thing that he might have done, to anybody young. We don't know that. So therefore, I and a lot of people are not even putting them in the same category that
right,
way. That
right.
way.
That's
So I don't know why people keep bringing up Yusuf. But go ahead,
I'm
babe.
just tired of the false equivalence. Y'all, the people that support Rodney, you guys support Ken Nola News. You guys support you got, and it's like we're not talking about any of those people. We're talking about Rodney's ass.
Yeah, people
But
always
if
want
you,
to
ins-
make
yeah,
it equivalent
but
to
if
somebody
you,
else. Yeah.
yeah, but if you insist on trying to compare, do what you do. But
But that's how people try to get out of bullshit that they in.
yeah, it's like you do what you do. Nobody's saying Ken, what he says is right. Nobody, you know what I'm saying? But I just have a habit of remembering people from back in the day and know that they can do better. And when Ken is doing and saying all that stuff, I don't, drop down
But
and
even
say
when
hi
Ken is
to him.
dragging
I
kids,
just
Ken is
leave
not
him.
saying, "Oh, I love them young girls. I love them young boys. I love your young." When he dragging people, I mean, even then, like Jay Dunn even said today to a troll in her chat. The troll in her chat was like, "You up here talking about you think that it's not a flex or it's not cool for Lolo to be dragging Big Man TV who might have some disabilities," and they was like, "Well, you be dragging kids." They was like, "What's the difference?" And she said, "Yeah, I do be dragging kids, and." See, so even though we might not agree with people dragging kids, I think posting shit to make people think that you have an interest in young kids is still
Well,
totally different from what Ken Nola does.
but here's the thing. When they say, but you support Ken Nola, but you support Jay Dunn. No, I don't support them when they talking that bullshit about kids. I don't like when
Right.
people support kids.
And don't do it on
So,
my panel. I don't
well,
allow that type of shit over here.
right. So, no, I don't support them when they talk about kids. Just like I don't support Rodney's black ass when he talks about kids. But the difference is, on top of not supporting Rodney's curious activities, I'll put it like that, Rodney has attacked me for years. So, with those two things, I don't have to like Rodney. I don't have to like Rodney. He's attacked me for like a little over 2 years for something dumb that he took offense to that nobody else probably in the beef sector would have taken offense to. I asked him to do something as a mod. So I don't, there's two things. It's not like I'm just going, oh, I don't like, I specifically can't stand him for the shit he posted. But on top of that, that motherfucker has attacked me for years. And I stopped even I act like he didn't even exist. And I wouldn't talk about him. I wouldn't write about him in chats. I just every blue moon.
Same here. I wouldn't talk about him or write about him in chats because I knew that he didn't like you, and because of what happened between you and him, he didn't like me.
He didn't
so
like you.
For the longest, people know if you've been following me like you've been following me, we have not put him in any commentary.
Nothing.
We don't talk about him at all because I don't want him to go in on Choreo, and I don't want him to. I feel like the innocent bystander in the whole thing, but still, that's my girl. And to prevent him from trying to talk about her, I'm like, we're not gonna put him in our. He could go over there and jump off a building or do anything else. We still wasn't gonna be talking about him. Like,
right. And out of your let's say me, Deanna, Carrie, he's attacked 3 of the Hood Tables mods. He's attacked me unprovoked. He's attacked Very Carey unprovoked. But Deanna was dragging Ness. And so because he had to jump up on her panel repeatedly and talk shit to make himself look good in front of Ness, he attacked Deanna, you know what I'm saying, when she wasn't even mentioning him. So out of the 3 mods that Hood Table has over here, he's attacked and Riggs. He's attacked 3 out of the 4.
And that's why I decided personally not to include him in any content, no matter what he talks about over there.
Let me say this. And even though on top of all of that bullshit, he is still able to drop down in this chat. He was not blocked. You see what I'm saying?
And see, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. That's the thing right there. When he was upset with you and, you know, he was going in on you or had words with you, he still was able to drop down over here in the chat as long as he didn't disrespect the mods in the chat, in my chat. He was still allowed over here. I never blocked him. And every time he came in, what's up, Rodney? How you doing? You know, I was always nice. Always nice to him.
And he can still, to this day, right now, drop down in this
because
chat.
I don't make other people's beefs my beef. See, some of y'all are new to the Hood Table, but I do shit differently over here. I don't try to get in other people's beefs. I don't care how much I like you. And I could talk to you every day outside of YouTube on the phone, and you could get into a beef on here, and I'm just watching, and I'm in the middle, I'm straight down the side. I'm like, you know, I don't get into people's shit. And that don't matter if you Deanna, if you VS, if you Choreo, if you who the fuck ever. That's just how I am. So when they had that little issue, I didn't go in on Rodney. I didn't say, well, why you say that about Choreo? Why? I'm neutral. I don't get into people's shit. And so I stayed neutral. He still was over here in the chats all the time.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, one day, he just out of the Hood Table. I'm like, damn, I didn't even do anything to you. Just because you got into my moderator. I mean, it's the B sector. What moderator hasn't got into it with a motherfucking subscriber or not? I mean, come on now.
And
if that's the case, everybody be up in arms every goddamn day because of something the moderator did.
And even this is the killer. After he started talking about me because as a mod, I asked him to do something, and I wasn't rude. I wasn't ignorant. I just asked him to please do something. I didn't say please, but I said, you know, when you do, you know, just do this when you come in the chat. Speak to the host. That's all I said. You know, quit dropping down with eyeballs and you don't even speak to the host. At least speak to the host and then drop the eyeballs. I didn't say don't drop eyeballs. Just speak to the host, because he would just come in and just start talking, asking what we were talking about instead of going backwards and trying to find out. And it was just like, can you just speak to the host? You come in here all the time. Just speak to the host. You ain't got to speak to me. You don't even have to speak to the other mods. You don't have to speak to the other people on the panel. All I said is, can you please speak to the host first and then put your eyeballs or whatever you want in. You never, and I didn't even go into no big thing. That's all I typed. He took offense to that, like I had told him, fuck you, don't come in this fucking chat no more, you this, that, and he went over, he immediately start dragging me. So, and that's all it took for K-Fit's chat. You know, the mods asked him to politely do something, and he got all offended, and he started dragging T Danielle, K-Fit, and all these other people. So it doesn't.
And told T Danielle he hope his husband get SA'd up the rear. Yeah, that's about as clean as I can put it.
And that he hopes one day when she comes home, all her people are shot.
That's crazy. I can't, that's crazy. Some of the shit people say on here, I can't manifest those words out my mouth.
He wanted her to come home and find all her family shot in the head dead. I mean, he just said,
Some of
he
y'all need
told
to go to
me,
church. See, maybe
he
because
told
I was
me,
raised in church, I know that things that you say
he
out of your
told
mouth.
me he wanted me and my father to die. He said all kinds of stuff about Fifi. And the whole thing is, we don't bother him to the point mother had to do Fire Up Alive and tell him to leave Fifi alone. Rick Reed had, or else he'd start dragging him. Rick Reed had to Fire Up Alive and tell him, leave these women alone or I'm going to start dragging you. And finally, when people start dogging out Rodney for always fussing and dragging women and coming after women, he got talked into finally saying something, going back and forth with Rick Reed a little bit, but it still wasn't the same motion that he would give the women in the sector. So my point is, you know, he's not the same. There's a lot of people and females in this sector that he's attacked that no matter what, we couldn't stand him in the beginning anyway. So this is just icing on the cake. Fuck him.
Well, I remember a time when he started talking about me in the chats, just saying like, when he would be like, he'd be like, and the hood table, I don't know why I used to support her and she don't support me. How do you know I wasn't supporting you? I don't drop down in everybody's chat. I was always watching Rodney. I was always watching
But after
Rodney
he dragged you,
videos.
what
But
does it?
after he
That's
started talking negatively about you and me, I stopped watching. Even after when y'all was into it, I was like, he was in the chat. I never said Rodney, block him because he and Choreo into it. Never. I was respectful to him every time he dropped down in my chat. Never disrespected him. And then I hear one day, well, the hood table don't support me. And I'm like, well, damn. So then
what
I
you
keep hearing it and I keep hearing it. And I'm like, well, fuck that shit. If you don't think I support you, then I don't support you. Like, I'm not about to just if you think somebody don't support you, just leave it alone. Why are we whining about shit like that? There's a lot of people, it's people who get 700-800 people in their chats, and I normally get like 20 or 30 or 40 at best. Now I done had more. I ain't gonna hold you. I done had hundreds and I done had 1,000 before. But I'm saying normally I get maybe 20, 30 to 40 in my chat. I'm not over here talking about the other 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people in the sector who ain't supporting me. I come over here and I put on my show. I do my thug thizzle. I wrap this shit up and I'm out like Martin Lawrence. Like, I don't. What's up with all the whining? Because people don't support that shit is weird.
Barry Carey said that she was, I think, watching somebody's live, and they mentioned her. She said we were in Ronnie Keys because we both. She did. I don't think I still do. She's probably taken my mod stick because I don't, come over there because I can't take too much news because it's always bad news with Trump and stuff, and I can't do it anymore. I'm at that point I can't do it as much anymore, and so but I think Barry Carey's probably still over there. But anyway, we were talking about him attacking people because he had went on a rant yet again, and so Barry Carey had hit Ronnie Q's panel, and she was like, he attacked me. And we were like, everybody was like, what? And she was like, yeah. She said she was looking in someone's chat. I don't think she had dropped down, I think. And she said that they mentioned her name because, Barry Carey goes live. And so he was like, I don't like, in the chat, I don't like, or either on the panel, but I think he wrote in the chat, I can't stand that bitch, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, huh? I don't even talk about, you know what I'm saying? And she's a mod in this chat. Even after he kept dragging her for nothing, she probably gave commentary on something he was involved in.
Hold on, she was a mod in his chat when he said he didn't like that bitch?
No, she mods in your chat.
And
my point is, knowing that, even though he dragged her for nothing, she still didn't block him.
He was still over here in the
he's
chat.
always afforded his undeserving respect over here in the Hood Tables chat. And so my point is, you can't do anything nice for him, because you know what I'm saying? He gets more respect than he deserves in this sector.
There has been a little tiny issue that I'm not going to get into, but just something that I saw and other people saw that has been going on in the chats. And I have gave permission. I always give permission. Coriel, you can testify to this. I done gave my mods permission many times. If somebody is talking shit to you in the chat, I don't give a fuck. If I like them, don't like them, I don't give a fuck. No moderators should be dragged throughout the chats when they trying to support you and your chat. Like, I don't believe in that shit. If anybody comes in here disrespecting you, cussing you out, woo, you ain't even gotta block them motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck who they are.
But I don't.
But I know some people don't. And see, you never done that to Rodney, because you could have easily be like, I don't like that motherfucker. He over there talking shit about me. Don't bop him on the head with the wrench. But you've never been like, I'm not gonna block him.
And so could Very Carey. You see what I'm saying? And you could have blocked him.
And see, that's the thing. It's one thing to have somebody dragging or talking about your mods elsewhere, but if it happens at home over here, that's what I'm talking about. If the shit happens at home and somebody's over here dragging my moderators, you either gonna beef with them back and forth, you either gonna ignore them, or you gonna bop them upside the head and block them. That's your choice.
I don't look at the chat when I'm up here, so I wouldn't even know if they were. You would have to see them, or Charlie would have to.
Right. Well, I guess it depends on if you're up here or in the chat. But my point is, my moderators, if they feel like they've been disrespected, dragged, shit like that in my chat, then that's up to y'all. I'm not going to say, oh, ignore them. Just put them in timeout. No, because I don't want nobody constantly talking shit to me in a chat that I'm trying to moderate. No. Is that Shauna? Hey, Shauna Lynn.
Hey, Shauna. Hey, everybody.
Let me read some of these comments. T. Danielle said something. Not T. Danielle, but RNY. RNY said, what's blowing me is how now people are saying the 17-year-old didn't exist. These people are sick. And then also RNY said, honestly, this just lets you know how people really think and what they will sweep under the rug. And what they're saying is how they was comparing like Kid and comparing Yusuf and comparing, different people and shit like that. I always talk about the sweeping under the rug because I come from a family where some grown-ups have done some things to some children in the family. Some of them have went to prison for very, very long time, and some of them still walking around like they ain't did shit. A lot of families have that. If you are blessed to not have a family like that, good. But there are a lot of people, you'd be surprised how many families have a predator right under their goddamn roof that be messing with kids whenever they get a chance. Okay, so my thing is, when people sweep shit under the rug, that shit can happen personally inside your family. It can also happen on public places like this. Like, we see it all the time. People will do or say certain things and people are like, oh, yeah. And then other people, you know how it is. How they say the selective outrage, right? It's the selective outrage. That's what they call it. But what up, Tay Baby? How you doing, boo? Miss LA. I wish I could be in LA.
Don't stop going down the comments here, Tay.
Diana Brooklyn. Oh, they just saying hey.
Oh, okay. Hey.
They just saying hey. Miss LA said, what's up, Choreo?
Oh, okay, Miss LA. I was gonna say they probably don't even know who I am. Hey, Miss LA.
They know you. You always say that. People know who you are.
I don't know. There's a lot of new people.
You got fans, girl. You got supporters out here.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I just, I don't want to keep harping on it, but a lot of people are probably wondering, that's a lot going on for he just drugged you. But there's a lot of women.
This is more than one. He did Fifi twice.
Oh my, he's done Fifi consistently.
More than that?
Yes, but he just recently did it a couple weeks ago. Yes, girl, he's done. Oh,
Oh,
that's my point. He
see, I thought
doesn't
that was the
stop.
second time, so maybe that
No,
was the third time. I don't know.
He does not stop. He's done her more than 2, 3 times.
Oh wow.
He runs out of content, and he brings that up.
Oh.
He
Oh,
said,
Shauna didn't know that was you. She did say that in the chat. She said, I didn't know that was
I,
you. But she said, good to see you, love.
I told you, people don't know who I am.
And
But
Diana from Brooklyn, what up?
hey,
Tay Baby said, I know who you are, Corio.
Oh, that's Tay Baby. She been here forever, like some of us.
All right, Shauna said she'd be back, but I want to read Shauna's comment real quick. She said, I have it in my family too. I told them I love them, but still have to hold them accountable. I feel guilty for thinking this way, but I felt released when he passed away. It is understandable to love somebody who it's hard. It's like, okay, it's like if your son, God forbid my son ever do some shit like that, but it's like people feel this way about their children. Do you know how many people like they see their children arrested for some heinous crimes, even if it's something like robbing a bank or selling drugs? They still, oh my God, that's my son. I can't believe I didn't raise him that way. Oh my God, but it's like the love is still there. Like you can't just unlove someone, especially a family member, when they on certain conditions, because let me tell you right now, if a family member did something to me or my kids or something, oh, it's up and stuck.
Yeah, I don't.
It's up and stuck. So it depends on what they did. It depends on what they did.
I don't agree with.
But when it comes to messing with people and kids, it's up and stuck. I don't care if I love you or not. Like one thing I told my sons when they were younger, Oreo. One thing I told my sons was it's certain things. Like it's certain things I will never forgive you for. And I told my sons with this, they might not remember because they was maybe teenagers or young. But I said, it's certain things I will never forgive you for. If a woman tells you no and you force her, I will never forgive you. If you touch a child, I will never forgive you. It was certain things I told my sons, I will never forgive you. Because my sons know what happened to me as a child. You know what I'm saying? Me and my sons, we are very cool like that. We talk open book. And so they know. I told them at a young age, and I had to tell them because I wanted them to know that predators are even in your family. I don't want them to not know that shit. I don't want them to go anywhere in the family and be thinking, No, you be aware. If somebody looks like they want to touch you, if somebody talking to you derogatory, if somebody, asks you to come sleep in my bed, come sit on my, I wanted my sons to know those signs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We didn't have anyone in my family, at least, that we know of, but there was no, but we had a couple creepy deacons at the church. My family.
Oh, we had a lot of creepy deacons at the church.
So, they were never, no one ever, it was whispered, but it's not like they ever got arrested or anything. But if you were a parent that were, some parents are, I don't want to say parents don't care about their children, but most parents that knew about him wouldn't, if they were doing church camp, if they were going to be, one or two of them were going, there were parents that were like, no, they were complained on. Nothing ever happened because they were paymasters. You see what I'm saying? But some parents, they didn't want to hear it. They didn't believe it. But that was as close that I know of. That
I was on my boys. My boys used to get so upset with me, Corio, because they had coaches who are real cool to this day. I love their coaches, and we all Facebook friends. I love their coaches that they grew up with, playing under. And to this day, my sons will tell you, Mama used to tell us if you go, because sometimes coaches, when they have a celebration, oh, we gonna have a picnic, we gonna be at such and such house, the pool gonna be open, and all the team be over there and shit. And I'll be telling my sons, if that motherfucker even look like, I'm telling you, Corio, no joke, No joke. And they would be laughing and be like, Mama, what is you on? We can defend ourselves. That wouldn't happen. I made sure I kept that open all through their youth because I
Yeah.
wanted it to be in their heads that you cannot trust everybody. I didn't want to be, hey, AD, right here you go, right here. How many times did I used to ask y'all when y'all was growing up or tell y'all if somebody ever does something to y'all, if ever, I don't care if it's a coach. How did I used to tell y'all that shit like all the time, even after y'all were done with high school? Like, say yes or no, just yes or no. Okay. All right. That's my 29-year-old.
Well,
See, I'm not,
yeah,
I don't put 20 on 10. I'm serious
yeah.
about my shit. I made sure that they were aware that you cannot trust every single fucking person.
And that's the point. It's not that we even know or think that Rodney did something, because I'm not going to put that on him, but it's the point that you were saying that stuff that is problematic.
And it
It's not
puts it in people's
cute.
heads
Yeah, it's
that
cute. It
mm-hmm.
wasn't funny, and you can take it as nothing but serious because you didn't have any laughing. I can't remember. I don't think he had laugh. Even if he had laughing emojis, it was just creepy and inappropriate. And if you didn't
Mm-hmm.
think it was creepy and inappropriate when it was found out and people had a problem with it, you went in there and deleted it. And that's all I got to say about Rodney.
Well, on that one post he did, the one about something about them young light skinned 17-year-olds have real good stamina in bed. Somebody underneath that said you are getting blocked because this is pedo stuff and you already look questionable.
Right.
So even
And so
somebody on Twitter was like, you are being
it
blocked.
makes you wonder what else he typed for that person to say, and you're already looking
Absolutely.
questionable. What else was he typing in there? That's why I said KRN screen, he recorded his whole Twitter. So that's why I said I wonder if KRN has something something he's holding back. So in case something ever pops off or something, he could bring that out, because that person said you're already looking questionable.
I don't know. That's real heavy, Diana. It's real heavy. And what up, AK from NYC?
What did Diana say?
Diana said, "Oh, they were just saying that's real heavy," and it is real heavy because
put it on the screen.
When I see shit like that, the first thing, and I know, how some people say that, what do they say? Like people might be not re-traumatized, or what's the word that people say when they say, okay, we about to speak about something, we don't want nobody to be, Trigger, thank you. It's not that things trigger me like that, because that a lot of shit that happened to me was way, I didn't, for the most part, I remember the shit, but I don't live in the shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can't not live in the shit. Do whatever it takes, get counseling, help, therapy, whatever. Approach that person, talk to that person, confront that person, do whatever it is, so you're not living in that shit for the rest of your life. So, right. But when I hear that shit, it's like ding, 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 ding. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You can't help but like, oh shit, he's talking about young people, he's talking about this, he's talking about that. Oh, because when you have been a victim of a grown-up predator as a child, you remember and recall some of the shit they said to you. You remember the grooming. You remember them doing different things to make you really like them and make you trust them and make you, so shit like that. That's why when I saw the post and I heard about the shit, I was like, oh no. And again, we're not saying he did anything, but it's the optics. It's the optics, because I would never, even if I know I wouldn't ever think even some sort of shit like that, but I would never put it on fucking social media. And for him to say or continue to make us think that we're crazy because we believe the shit, that's even crazier. And let me tell you what Lipstick Alley said, Choreo. Lipstick Alley said, the comments about the 17-year-old from prior years are fake. Somebody said I have been to his page several times and never seen them. However, the comments about black people are indeed legitimate, but nobody cares to separate what is true and what is a lineup since Rodney admitted to everything. That's on his dumb ass to fix. He doesn't see it for black folks, so I don't see any purpose in trying to clear his name. They also said, he's an admitted liar and deceiver. Pinocchio is his hero. Instead of getting to the bottom of things when this all went down, verifying what was true and what was not, he admitted to it and issued a fake apology and made the story go away. He did this to himself. What did Rodney say? In response, Rodney said, harsh, with a whole bunch of exclamation marks behind it. He said, but I disagree with of not liking my own race. I call out the ratchet behavior and niggas. Good night, people. I'm taking a long break from this mess. I'm mentally tired and draining. And he said that like 11 hours ago to what Lipstick Alley said. And so the comments that some people are saying are fake. The reason why a lot of people are saying they are fake, for one, it's a lot of shit that has been deleted over the years. So when KRN and them was doing the screen recordings and they was taking the snapshots and taking notes of what was being said, once that shit came out, immediately, like a whole bunch of tweets. Somebody said he might as well just delete his whole Twitter account and create a brand new Twitter account. But somebody said, not me, somebody said the reason why he won't delete the whole Twitter account is because maybe he has had some interactions with some people, like maybe in the chats or in the inbox or something like that, and he don't want to lose all that information. You know what I'm saying? All those contacts and things like that. That's what somebody said, not me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still standing on the shit that I believe the shit was real. Because for me, I mean, what do people gain for it not being real and saying it's fake? I mean, what do people gain for making fake receipts like that?
Well, yeah, well, I mean, a lot of people don't like him, but my point is, he admitted this shit on ZX's, on Nessus,
and that's the thing. He admitted it like 3 times
on his own channel. Yeah, I wrote that, but I meant this. Yeah, I wrote that, but I meant this.
So but now he's talking about, because I was under pressure. Man, that's bullshit.
Yeah, because
that's hogwash, how they say down south. That's hogwash.
Pressure on your own channel. And he still went there and admitted it. And for Lipstick Alley to say that, they think it's fake is very disingenuous, very weird to me. And I don't understand people that are still sticking up for him with that predatory weird
child. Shit. I don't know. Let me tell you something, Corio. And I told this before without going into detail, so I ain't saying y'all nothing new. But as a young adult, I was facing 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Do you think I ever copped to anything?
Right.
This was as a young adult.
Right.
As a young adult.
Exactly.
I was facing 3 to 5.
Right.
Not months, not days, not weeks.
Right.
And I never copped to a motherfucking thing.
Exactly.
A motherfucking thing. And I ended up getting like years of community service. I had to pay so much out the ass. I mean, I had to do all kind of shit.
Right.
Instead. Just because the judge showed a little mercy on a bitch.
Right.
Okay.
And you a whole woman, a young woman in her.
Yeah, I was young. I was in the streets, but I was like, I ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? But there's no way as an almost 50 or 55-year-old woman that I would sit there and be like, yeah, I did it. But what had happened was, and I really didn't do it. And I'm not saying once, not twice, but thrice.
Right. He admitted to all of it.
All of it. So you was nervous and under pressure on all these panels that you were willingly going on. Ain't nobody put no gun or pistol to your head and said, confess.
Right, because Pizza was pressing his ass on Nessa's channel. She was on his top. Then at ZX. But when you go to your own panel, you are not under pressure. You're nervous because you probably lying. but you're not having people over there pressing you. Those people were on your panel supporting you, giving you things to say, giving you options, helping you make excuses. So I just, for people to say, I think it's a lie, he admitted it.
And that's crazy how you could say you think it's a lie when somebody admitted to it, and then they say, but I was under pressure. I was under pressure. Y'all crazy.
I don't,
Go somewhere with that shit. Y'all crazy.
I don't even care.
I mean, we really don't deep down inside care, but it's just okay. It's content. It's out here. It's in the streets. But I don't really like when people be playing in people's face. When people be playing on people's tops. If you did the shit, just say you did the shit. People even gonna support you because when he went live the other day, people were still supporting him in his live. He had hundreds of people in there, got thousands of views on that video. So obviously, there's still people that support you. Just move on. Quit talking about it.
I think more people were curious to hear what he said,
and that could have been the case too. But there were people in the chat saying that they support him. So you still, even a snake will still have a supporter, right?
Yeah.
No matter what heinous crime somebody does. Somebody, Nico Jenkins, the motherfucker from here that went on a killing spree.
Yeah,
that I've talked about and kept y'all updated with over the years.
Yeah,
he killed like 4-5 people, like in a couple of days here in my city a long time ago, and he's in prison for life. There's a bitch named Dawn who met him through some friends thing or dating thing for prison motherfuckers, and she wants to marry him. So there's always going to be a supporter of somebody who either think they done a heinous crime or somebody who think is just dirty and grimy. Somebody is always going to have somebody there to support them. And again, I'm not trying to put him in the same category as Yusuf because we ain't got no proof that he's done anything to. It's just the optics of what he said.
Yeah. And then, I read Bertha May's community wall page. And she basically gave because I won't watch him ever, but Bertha May gave an overview of what his live was about last night. And for him to talk about his mommy Bertha May said mammy, but his mommy told him to get off YouTube. To me, that's still even weird that you're almost a 50-year-old man, and you can't make the decision yourself to know that you need to get off YouTube.
Right.
Or either go to another sector and leave the B sector alone.
Take a break. Or just take a break. Or just take a break. And Miss Monty said, me too, in my 20s, I ended up in a Miss Monty, I was in like 3, 4, 11 diversion programs. And it was so funny. I told y'all this story before. One of my cousins, one of my favorite boy cousins, he used to be in prison, not jail, but in prison. Damn near he would do like a 6-month stint, 5-month stint, a 2-year stint. He was always in and out of, and so every time I would get like in a diversion program, you know what they do? Y'all saw the TV shows Scared Straight. They didn't call it Scared Straight. The TV show is called Scared Straight. But in your local city or neck of the hood, they might call it a diversion program. And every time I would go to the diversion program, we would have to go, they would take us to the jails and the prisons and shit so that the convicts could talk to us. And one time my boy cousin, I love him to death. I love him to death. He said, Poo Poo, if I see you in this motherfucker one more time, I'm going to kick your motherfucking ass. Now, this cousin who I love very well, this is also one of the people that you don't want to have a run-in with in the street if you don't know them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this is also a cousin who one of my younger brothers had something very minor taken from them, and he walked up to the house and put something on his mother and said, you better tell your son to bring my cousin shit out this motherfucking house. I mean, this is that type of cousin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when he said that to me, I was like, I definitely don't want my ass kicked by you. I'm going to try to do better. He wasn't the whole reason why I did better. Like I said, it was when I had my first son that I was like, okay, some shit went down and I need to get out the streets and woo woo woo. Thought I wasn't gonna make it back home while he was being babysat by my brother. It was a whole bunch of shit that happened. I talked about a little of this shit before without going into details because I don't want to be doxxed and people trying to spill all my tea. But basically, one diversion program didn't work. Two diversion programs didn't work. Three diversion programs didn't work. Okay.
All your tea.
But I ain't giving them no facts. They ain't getting no facts. They ain't getting no facts. All they know is I was a bad kid or a bad adult. But they ain't got no facts. Three diversion programs didn't work. I was in and out the diversion programs. It was when I had my son.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I always say God sent my son to me, the oldest one. He sent him to me to get me off the streets because that was the only thing that got me off the streets. And that was my son. But what I'm trying to say is when it comes to, Miss Monty's comment, them diversion programs, they sometimes work and they don't work. But I learned my lesson. And a lot of people don't learn their lesson. They never will. They will continue through life doing illegal shit, fucking with kids, doing all kind of shit because they think they can get away with it. But eventually you get caught. Y'all heard me talk about the story with the pastor who where is it, Corio, down there in Georgia? The pastor who got HIV?
Yes.
Who was they caught sleeping with a 14-year-old?
And gave him HIV. Yeah.
They said they think he might have it, but they gave him the cocktail drug to try to prevent the HIV from spreading through your body. They said they hope they got the cocktail drug to the 14-year-old before he catches the HIV. But other people are coming forward saying the pastor had sex with me, didn't tell me that he had it, and I got it. So 9 times out of 10, if a person has been caught with a child or unaliving somebody or anything like that, they done it not once, not twice, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and just ain't never been caught. Again, I'm not trying to say he's a Yusuf. It's the optics.
Right. So what he did, Bertha May said that he said he talked to his mom as an almost 50-year-old man, and he told his mom what had happened and what was going on, which I do not believe. He would never, because he's a big liar. He's a liar. And I do not believe he told his mother that they caught me on the internet making inappropriate comments about a 17-year-old, even if 17 is the legal age of consent in Texas.
It don't matter if 17 is the legal, 16 is the legal. Anything, I look at it like this, Corio. Anybody under the age of 21, and I could go a little to 25. If you are 40, 50, 60, 70 years old, and the whole dating pilot, all the fish in the sea, all you focus on is people under the age of 21, 20, 18, 17. Like, that is perverse to me. Well, that is perverse to me. Why is it perverse? Hold on 1 second, baby. 1 second, boo. Why is it perverse, Corio? Because most people under the age of 18, they have yet to live life. They are very naive. They don't know what love means. If it gets smack dab in their motherfucking face, they don't know what love means. And they are very moldable.
Well, and it's scientifically known, medically known, that people's brains don't fully form and connect until they're around 25, 26 years old.
That's why I said I could go as 25 and younger. That's why I said that.
Mm-hmm. So I do not believe. Oh, were you finished? I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just want to shout out lovely Lady Love for the 1,000 drools. Thank you. It says trophy cake. Oh, that's so cute. It's being that I'm a personal custom cake decorator. It says trophy cake.
Oh, that's very cute. But what does that say? Somebody keeps texting me. But yeah, I do not believe it's a shame that an almost 50-year-old man, I think he's 3 years from 50, so he's about 46, 47 years old, had to have his mom and sister, because I think she said her mom, but I think he has a sister. I've heard him say sister before. But anyway, his mom tell him that he needs to get off YouTube, get off the internet. And there's no way in hell I believe he told his mom I think he told his mom he was being attacked and people were messing with him and talking bad about him. And you see what I'm saying? But I know he did not tell his mom, the reason they're attacking me is because I was making predatory type text on another platform. You see what I'm saying? I do not believe he did that, but I don't believe he's going to leave. I believe that he's going to be hitting people's panels that he likes. I don't think he may not fire up a live, but I think he's going to drop down in chats. I think it's just in him to be nosy, to be popular, to be seen. So I hope he goes away. I would love for him to go away. Just go away and never come back. But I don't think he can. I don't think he can. Do you think he told his mom exactly why?
I don't. I don't know. I really, I don't know.
I wouldn't tell my mom, look, people are picking on me. People are talking about me. They're attacking me on YouTube. They just won't leave me alone.
I don't know.
But wait, the reason why they're doing it is because I was on a whole nother, and I was writing sexual stuff about a 17-year-old. You think he said that to his mom?
I mean, personally, because if my son would have told me some shit like that, I'd be looking at him sideways. And why did they think that? Show me why they think that. Where are the posts? I want to go through I'm a nosy type of mama. I've always been that way with my sons. Like, even they Facebooks, they IGs, they Twitter. I had the password to all their shit on their shit until they turned of age. But what I'm saying is, if my sons would have told me some shit like that, I would dig into it regardless if they're 39 or 9. Like, why would they say that type of shit? You just can't come to me and say, the people on YouTube said, I'm like, huh? What?
I don't think he even went that far. I just think he said he was getting bullied and picked on and stuff like that. I don't even think he missed.
See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if he told the extent of the situation. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He might have talked to his mom and said, I'm being bullied on YouTube and I don't know what to do and But as a mom, from the time they were younger to now, I would still want to know, like, what happened? Like, my sons don't come to me and tell me no shit. My 29-year-old can come to me right now. He's in the next room with his baby. He can come and tell me any type of shit, and I have questions. I always have questions.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how much I love you, how much I support you, but don't come to me with no negative ass bullshit. I want to know the whole story.
Mm-hmm.
Because one thing for certain, two things for sure, I'm always gonna have my kids back.
Right.
Even if you might be in the wrong, I'm gonna cuss your ass out. Shit, if you're too big, I probably can't bust you upside the head. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna cuss your ass out and let you know how the fuck I feel about the shit. But that's why I was saying earlier, some things you can still support people behind, and some things you can't. When it comes to heinous shit like children or unaliving people or things like that, and my sons have done some shit like that, I can't support you. Yeah. But if it's something that I think that you didn't do or something, I'm always gonna have your back. In this situation, I don't know if he told his mom, well, this is what was said, and this was said, a 17-year-old, a young mace, I can drain, I can do this, secrets. I don't know if he told his mother that. Yeah. And even if he did tell his mother, if he's almost 50, his mother is what, like 70?
I have no idea, but
How much do they know about Twitter? How much do they know about YouTube or IG or Facebook? Probably not much.
I don't think, for me, I don't even think it comes down to knowing how the internet works. I don't even think she cared anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't
Right,
even
some
think
older
that's
people
a
don't even give a fuck. They don't
yeah.
give a
I
fuck
don't
about that
think
social
yeah.
media.
I don't even. That's why I said I don't even think it came to where he was on the internet or what. I think it just came down to he was stressed. He was upset. He told his mom he was being bullied and picked on on the internet, probably like he was as a child. Because I remember Bertha May said that a while ago, a long time ago, he did a live stating that he was bullied because he was light skinned and cute all through school, and that they were jealous of him because he was light skinned and cute, and he got bullied, basically all through school. And so he probably, she's probably used to him, quote unquote, being bullied. And so I'm sure he told her he was being bullied and this, that, and the other on the internet. And she was like, well, get off. I'm sure that's what Bertha meant. I'm sure she said, get off of the internet. Leave that alone. But I just find it, see, to me, it's weird for almost a 46, 47-year-old man. He has arrested development. Rodney
Child.
is not mature at all.
And that's
If
what
you
some
listen
people were
to,
saying. Some people think he's slow. And
yeah,
see, I try not to put titles on people. That's
I'm
why I
not going.
won't
Yeah, I'm not.
compare him to what's his name?
I'm not going to say
Yusuf.
he's slow, but he's just not
That's some
learning.
slowest
He
type of
does.
shit that he's
He
doing.
don't. He doesn't have like a lot of book smart and common sense. I think he was sheltered. I think, because he was bullied, he doesn't have great social skills because he probably stayed in the house all the time because he was bullied. I don't think that Rodney, to be almost 50, I don't think he has the maturity level of a 50 something year old, because you do the things you do, you don't even think that there's anything wrong with it, and then you go to your mommy when you should be able to make a major
Child.
decision. It's not even a major business. You know what I'm saying? A major. It's the internet. Take a break.
And let me read some of these comments. Diana, well, let's see. AK from New York said, how is it fake when Roman screen recorded Rod account on his first live? Absolutely. Diana said the stamina word cannot be denied, nor the secrets
I don't
word
see that. I
can
don't
be
see that.
denied. There it is right there. The stamina word cannot be denied, nor Diana the words I can keep a secret
Or
can be denied.
you're going to drain a 17. You can drain a 17-year-old real good.
Exactly. And Miss Bonnie.
That's not quote unquote, but that's what another one. I wish RNY was here, but that's what another one of his thing. He could drain a 17-year-old real good. Go ahead.
And RY, if you're in the house, drop down, baby. But Miss Monty also said it's real. Look at KRN track record. Thank you. Look at KRN track record versus Shaquille, who we know been caught in all kind of lies and. Child, come on, loud. I don't even like. I ain't believing nothing that come out of that nigga mouth. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's been too many money little things that's been going on over the years. Shit that had to do with money or shit that had to do with concerts. That I'm like, no, it ain't about to happen. But anyway, also, hey, Unfiltered Muffy, how you doing?
Muffy.
Miss Monty said she was scared straight. Girl, it took me Girl, I wasn't scared straight. I'm telling you, until that night when I was scared, when my baby was at home with my brothers, I was like, nope, this is it. Gotta get off the streets. But Miss Monty said I had to do 5 days in Santa Rita. That was enough for me. No fluffy towels, no pillows, a half a toothbrush, a small comb that does nothing, no deodorant. Yeah, I ain't built for jail either. I ain't never been to jail besides on those scared straight whatever you want to call them, diversion programs. That's the only time I've been to jail. But oh yeah, and then to visit people who might have been in jail, put people money on people's books, shit like that. But I remember a motherfucker I was dating way back in the day. Did I tell y'all this, Corio? I was dating a motherfucker way back in the day, and he wanted me to bring some weed to the jail, right? And I'm like, I ain't bringing no weed to the jail, motherfucker. What the fuck you got? Now this is years after I done my shit, and you want me to do some criminalistic shit for you? And we wasn't even dating that long. I was like, hell fuck no. Some female who was fucking his homeboy who was also in jail. She said she'd do it. I said, here you go. Because I ain't doing it. And that was back in the day before. I don't know how it is in y'all city, how the visiting rooms are set up. But way back in the day, the window, the window that separates you. It was not too high, so you could throw stuff over.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
No, son, I'm not talking to you, baby. All right, but no, you could throw stuff over, and they wanted me to throw a little bag of weed over the. I was like, shit, I wish the fuck I would. And they was like, oh, just do it. The guards in the visiting room, they cool with us, and they da. Shit, I wish I would. That bitch was like, I do it. There you go. Because after I had got out of my stint in a little trouble, even though I started dating a motherfucker, he ended up in trouble. I was like, oh no, you ain't gonna pull me. I'm not about to be on the other side in the girls' pod while you over here in the men's pod. Nigga, please. But yeah, I don't think I look too good in a jail uniform. So, I started acting right and doing better. You know what I'm saying? And I try to raise my boys to do better because I don't want them in jail either. But Miss Monty said legal and moral are two different things. People always want to hear all illegal. It's still gross and morally corrupt.
That's true.
And Miss Monty said, I have a son that is 30 years old. I'm 45. Oh, you know what, Miss Monty? I feel you on this shit. She said she got a son who is 30 and she's 45. So she can't date a man under the age of 45. She said, period. I'm not interested. I get you. I understand. Omission is still lying. That's true. AK said Rodney lying. Roman popped him on his first live with his screen recorders. That's the thing. How could you screen record? See, the way they talking about Roman to manufacture some shit, I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. Diana from Brooklyn said draining, Corio? Draining?
Yes. That was another. I wish RNY was still here. That was another one of the things that were posted on there. He says something, I can't verbatim say it, but it was something about a 17-year-old and he could drain them. I can't remember it verbatim.
That is crazy.
Just remember when RNY said that?
That is crazy. Yeah. That's crazy talk for you to say that to somebody who's underage.
Well, we don't know if he was saying it to somebody, but
I don't know with all this underage shit and young adult and 17 and young light skin. I mean, what we supposed to think? It's the optics.
I don't know if he was saying it to you. Yeah, well. I don't know if I don't know if he was just typing it on there. I don't know. He obviously was just typing it on there, but I don't know if it was to somebody or he was just letting it be known. I have no idea. But that was,
and that's why they say he won't delete that, because for the life of me, see, this is what I'm thinking, Corio. This is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like Jay Dunn. I know a lot of people don't fuck with Jay Dunn. But or whoever said it, maybe it wasn't Jay Dunn. It was somebody who said, "Why don't you just delete your whole Twitter account?" Because you have shit way back, even the shit you're talking about, black people, black women, children or underage or whatever. I mean, there's a shit that you saying. Why don't you just delete the whole shit? Why go back and delete like a year here, 6 months of tweets here? Just go back and delete shit. Somebody said because they think that he might have shit in his inbox or his messages or something like that that he wants to keep or that he don't want to lose. Because, I mean, why else would you not just delete the whole fucking shit? Because even let's take out the fact that it was some shit said on there about young, light skin or shit that might be entertaining to him with people under the age of 18 or whatever. Like, let's take that out. And people found out that you was dragging black women and all this kind of shit. And you going through just deleting all them tweets. Just delete the whole page.
Well, and then I have a problem.
And hey, Queen Tulsa.
I have a problem with just the way he talks about, even though people like to say false equivalence, how people, well, not maybe not false, but I don't like it that here say people over here say way worse. But the thing about it though is we're not talking about the people over here. We're talking about him. Can we stay on topic? Can we stay
Let's stay
on
on
subject?
track. Stay on
Because
course.
he found Tommy Sotomayor. There obviously was something he liked that Tommy was saying. We all know that Tommy didn't like 90% of what he talked about was black women and how deficient they were in every single thing you can think of. We were just not good enough. In some kind of way, he talked about gay people. Tommy Sotomayor, he didn't like gay people, he didn't like trans people, he didn't like black women, he really didn't like black people, but he honed in on gay people and black women. And to me, for you to be okay with that talking you're gay, that's something totally different. But there was something that Rodney was doing in that chat that made Tommy Sotomayor mod him up. Tommy Sotomayor would have thousands in his chat. So my thing is, how did Rodney make himself stand out so that Tommy would notice him and mod him up? You see what I'm saying? You had to be saying some wild shit for Tommy out of the hundreds, like 800.
Because if you're a moderator for Tommy Sotomayor, you basically believe in everything that he talks about.
You had to show out of 900 people type it in your chat, let alone maybe 1,200 in the clouds. You had to do something or say something big to make Tommy Sotomayor. How do you spotlight yourself out, and the chat's going at a mile a minute, and you just and you catch Tommy's eye and he mods you up. My point is, he had to be saying some salacious fucked up shit to get noticed. You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. That's what I was saying. Like, if you had to be a moderator for Tommy, you had to be like totally like supportive of his beliefs
and saying something to get noticed for him to mod you up. So people don't even talk about that kind of shit. They just want, if they support him, they just want to say, well, people in this sector do the same thing. Well, no.
No, not absolutely not. And as far as Miss Monty, she said I will not confirm. Oh, see, that's the thing, Corio talking about. Well, you already said I've never said what I did to get in any other trouble that I got in.
Every time you talk about that kind of stuff, it makes my shoulders go up in the air because it's like, don't tell.
And see, I get it. I get it, Corio. I absolutely get it. I absolutely get why you say that, but I ain't never said what I did.
I know, but it just makes me nervous. That's all.
It's okay because these motherfuckers can snoop and all they want to.
I know that's right.
I don't. I'm that person. I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't, but it still makes.
I don't give a fuck. You want to find out what I do, what I am, what I am. I talk enough about what I do and where I live, and look at my background.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not ashamed of the city I'm from. I don't try to hide anything. I come on camera. It's y'all motherfuckers that don't come on camera and too scared to hit the motherfucking camera button. That be the main ones out here trying to find out what everybody else is doing. But don't nobody want nobody digging in their backyard trying to find out what the fuck they doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
if I didn't give a shit about you, I wouldn't care. But
I don't give a fuck shit. I'm at the age that I am, I
well,
got whole grandkids. I don't give a fuck.
I know you don't care. I care. I don't. Anyway, let's move on because
Yeah, let's move on right
this is
along because I really don't give a fuck. Because
I
one
know,
thing I've
'cause-
always said from day one is anybody want to step on this porch,
I'm not
that's all I
I'm
got
not
to
even
say.
talking about nobody coming to see you.
I'm just saying, you know, because we know people out here like to dodge and all that kind of stuff. That's why I say it don't matter. As long as nobody ain't coming to my house, it don't matter.
Well, and
It don't matter what people's threat. You know the shit that people threat. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna find. I'm gonna do. I have never gave an entire fuck. Thank you, Diana. I have never gave an entire fuck. Like, if ain't nobody gonna come to my motherfucking house, and trust me when I say y'all might think the hood table might be from the O&E and we ain't about that life, but y'all better ask some motherfucking body because we just as about as gangster as any other motherfucking city up in this bitch. Like real shit. I got a son right here who will knock your motherfucking block off. Let you touch a finger on my head. I mean, that ain't even speaking of all my other family members and friends. Like, I ain't worried about no motherfuckers here on YouTube. Never have been. Never have been. Sure, son, I would love to have some wings. Thank you. My son just asked me would I like some wings.
I know that's
I know that. Thank you. I know that's right. Shit. I got a good son. I don't know about some of y'all other motherfuckers. Y'all kids and shit.
Where y'all go to get y'all's wings?
Shit, I think you going Wingstop or you going somewhere else?
Oh, I love Wingstop.
Louisiana.
Oh, okay.
But I prefer the tenders, son.
Oh, you going? Okay, you getting Louisiana, bro?
Yeah,
okay.
I prefer the tenders.
But,
Diana said I was convinced with the neighbor. Yeah, because even with the neighbor story, like I know a lot of people is worried and all that kind of stuff. Like I got a whole motherfucking 9mm Glock over here. I got my most of my family members, like my oldest son, he stayed. Let's see how AD is probably about I don't know maybe 2 miles away, and my other son is a little further. But I got family all around me in the hood, like. It's so many people that I'm surrounded by in the hood that if something happened, I could quickly have somebody here. But I was worried about the dude, but not worried as far as I'm up in here traumatized. Like, oh my God, I can't sleep at night. No, I don't want to fuck somebody up. That's my mentality, Diana. I don't want to fuck nobody up. I don't want to send a black man to jail. I don't want to just leave me alone and stay away from my property. That's all I wanted. But if push come to shove, hell yeah, shit. That's why I don't even know. I've been thinking about that shit, Choreo, because I said me and my sons might do a show, and I'm like, maybe not, because they might end up telling too much, about our family and our, maybe not. Maybe not.
I wouldn't bring any family.
Yeah, I don't think so. That we're gonna do a show. I don't think so.
What even made you think about that?
Only because I've seen a lot of shows where couples and families and shit like that.
Yeah, but you're not in the sector.
Maybe if I wasn't in the sector, that might be something cool to do.
Yeah, but not sector. I mean,
that's why I haven't even done it yet. And my sons, they ask me every time, especially Cam, when we gonna start our show? And I'll be like,
maybe do it on one of your other channels.
One of my other channels where people don't really know us. Yeah,
that does not have,
But see, the thing about that too, Choreo, if we get really big and really popular, it's gonna trace back. Because you can't get really big and popular and nobody in the beef sector know you.
See that, and that's the thing about the beef sector. There's always a quote unquote little, you know what I'm saying? You can't ever put it like this. I love me some Really BTV. I love her black entertainment. Well, she does all entertainment or news, but I love her show because she mostly does black entertainment. There's stuff on there that, like, I don't watch The Housewives anymore, but I loosely can tell you because all my friends still do. So I'm not blocked completely out of the conversation. You know what I'm saying? She does a great job. And I'll drop down in her chat, but I'm not in there typing, big girl, you know what? All in the middle of her thing, girl, you know what happened on the hood tables? I don't even bring it up so that it's, because her people know nothing about the beef sector. You know what I'm saying? Nothing about the beef sector. They don't
Right.
mention it. They don't refer to it. Because I read, I'm a chat reader. Not one time have I seen anybody refer to the beef sector. So it can be done. But like you said, I've seen
It can.
cases.
I mean, it can be done. And
Yeah,
see, the thing about it is, I'm not afraid of what people can do to me or not. It's nothing like that.
I'm
It's
not
just
talking about.
sometimes, like,
Let's
even when my
take that
family
off.
members have.
Let's take that off the table.
I
Somebody
know, Corio,
being
but what I'm saying is, even the times that my family members have been on here, I might have to cut them off every now and then. Okay, that's
yes,
enough. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
yes,
And
you
some of y'all
have.
have met my family members. Oh my God, that day when my little brother's on here, I was like, oh my God, if you don't shut the entire fuck up. You have to
But that's
remind
what
your family members that this is
yeah,
the B sector and people can take anything you say and use
yeah,
it against you.
yeah.
So that's why I
You're
haven't
not,
went yet
yeah.
with that show with
You
me and my
don't
son.
care about what people find out about you, but I don't want people to find out about your sons back. You know where they were, where they live, where their friends' names. I don't need you know what I'm saying? It's about them. Your grandbaby getting ready to go into school. I don't want them to accidentally say the name of the school. You know what I'm saying? Because let's put it like this, even though nobody knows anything or associates anything about the beef sector and really BTV, don't think I'm not the only one from the beef sector that drops down in her chat. You see what
Hold
I'm
on
saying?
one second, Corio. I gotta run to the bathroom. Keep talking.
Okay. So don't think that, I don't know, really BTV, for people that don't know, Mother, James Caldwell, Treasure Lane, they're all the same person. He way back in the day, he took about 4 or 5 people under his wing and really almost like what Pizza was doing with the frenemy sector. You see what I'm saying? But his people still have channels, and I'm gonna say really BTV is probably that I know of the most successful. Her and El Teddy. But El Teddy also does something totally different over on his channel. But these people, he took them under their wing. So she does black entertainment. And like I was telling the hood table, no one, I read her chat, I'm in the clouds, or sometimes most times I'm in the clouds, but I'll drop down every blue moon. She knows who I am. She knows I'm from the beef sector, absolutely, because all of those people that Mother took under his wings are also the only mods he's ever had and ever will have, right? So they see us in Mother's chat, because Mother used to go live all the time. And so I was telling the hood table, don't think I'm not the only person from the beef sector that has dropped down in her chat, drops down in her chat, and you know what I'm saying, and probably up in the bushes like me most times. So my point was being that no matter what you do, like Hood Table said, beef sector is thousands. Think of all the people that stay in the clouds and never drop down. And so you probably can't really get away from it. And eventually, if you get big or even medium size, because let's face it, when you're black, you look for black channels most of the time. You look for black people to subscribe to that you like and watch, right? That's probably mostly your preference, probably for a lot of us. And if she gets medium size or even a large channel with her sons, the odds are somebody from the B sector is going to find her. And I guess that's true with really BTV. There might be people in there that know she's from the B sector, but people don't even bring that up in her chat. And and that's like she's a great uh she's a teacher. She says that on her channel. She's a teacher, and so the way she presents things are clear, concise, and her opinions are spot on. You know what I'm saying? She's just good. You guys should go check her out. It's Really B TV, and she's really good. So subscribe to her if you want to, but please don't go in her chat talking about beef sector shit because that just doesn't fly. And you will get blocked because her mods know beef sector bullshit. So if you in there type of stuff, you will probably, I'm sure you'll get blocked. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys agree with the hood table doing a channel with her sons. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree. You guys could probably put that in the chat so when she comes back, she could excuse me, I have my allergies. I'm sorry. She can read them, but I don't know. I know all of them will protect their home. So protecting themselves is not my concern because I don't think anybody, these guys in here talk all that shit. And the Mo 3 sector, the guys talk a lot of shit, but it's the women that actually meet up and fight. You see what I'm saying? The men they do all that talking, I think maybe once or twice, but the women do it all the time. But here in the B sector, ain't nobody ever did that shit. You see what I'm saying? They talk a good game for the ones that even talk like that. They don't do anything. We've had a few people go to people's towns, cities, and even wait on them. Tell them what.
Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm sorry. My son was asking me what I want to order for food.
That's okay.
So that took me a little minute. But no, Gemini, the neighbor has not been back. The neighbor actually was put out from his own home where he was staying, next door by his other roommate. So that's been like a month and a half or something since I've seen the neighbor.
Yeah, hey Gemini. Yeah.
Hey Gemini, hey bloop 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 bloop. And yeah, Diana from Brooklyn and Linda and Miss Toby and who else done popped up in here?
Hey Miss Toby. I was just telling them to let you know in the chat what they thought about you. Outside of, we know you guys will protect your home if somebody approach y'all. But just on the tip of you guys doing a family, you and your sons. And I told them to write it in the chat so when you came back, you could discuss what they wrote in the chat, their opinions.
Yeah. Diana said, wow, Shauna, you said hi back to me too. Alice was a lover shoe, It's sad. I'm trying to catch up with some of the comments. Nay Rob has a pretty good channel. Oh yeah, I love Nay Rob. She's going through some things right now though with her ex-wife. She is going through some things right now. Miss Toby says, facts, I drop down all the time and I'm a tribe member. Linda says, some people I saw when I used to watch Larry Reed way back then. Also, I saw, yeah, and Larry Reed used to have a lot of people from the B sector over there.
Mm-hmm.
But weren't they? Toby says she's a great content creator. I don't know who she's talking about. Who y'all talking about?
She's talking about Really BTV.
Oh yeah, Really BTV. Yeah. She's one of Trezor. I think she's one of his moderators and supporters, and he supports her as well. Yeah, because he always get her shout outs and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but yeah, Really B is really cool. Bluethy Blue said, I know I'm late, but please put the comments on screen because the audience will find. Okay, that's what I'll start doing. And if it gets spicy, yeah.
There's a lot of y'all
see who blinds who. Oh no.
Yeah, y'all content creators and get caught up. Sometimes you'll be so going and reading, and you end up reading something you didn't want to read. But she's a great Yeah, Miss Toby, she is. And Treasure is starting some kind. I think isn't he starting some kind anyway? It doesn't have anything to do. We're talking about the subject, but go ahead. Because
I think, and Miss Toby said, "What would be the content be? Is she talking about for me and my sons?"
Yeah, because I told them to
Well,
put
we had
questions
talked
there.
about it. He's right here, but my oldest one. But we had talked about having a channel before, mainly discussing things that are trending or in the news or celebrities, and just a viewpoint as a mother, an OG, and as a viewpoint from sons, my YGs, my younger sons.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't going to be like personal towards our lives or anything like that. It was just going to be like, hey, you know, this shit didn't happen. It's all over the news. Sons, what y'all think? Mom, what, you know what I'm saying? It was just like how Riggs and I is on Riggs and I is a male versus a female perspective. It was literally just going to be that with my boys. Like my perspective as a mom and their perspective as, and it could be like we discussing some younger people shit, or we could be discussing some shit that happened to some old people, you know, just trending news or celebrities, and just, you know, different sides of the, you know, the coin.
Right.
But we were never gonna, like, my sons, trust me, my sons, I've been on YouTube long enough to my sons know. I have told them about the trolls. Even when shit be popping off and people talk shit about me, my sons be like, what the fuck? You know, like, so they know what goes on in the B sector. They are not blinded at all. And I even taught them, if anybody ever calls you or hits you up on social media or anything and asks you about me or anything about me, know that they might be trolls trying to get information. So they know that they absolutely, even remember when I used to tell y'all, don't tell people where I work?
Yeah.
He said, yep. I have trained, I don't want to say trained because they grown now. But when they were younger, I taught them, if anybody, I don't give who a fuck, asks you where I work or anything, say you don't know and say, ask my mama. So I've trained my boys for B sector.
Family members, you told them, no, don't even tell your
even my family members don't. I honest to God, Corey, y'all might think I be bullshitting. Y'all might think I'm bullshitting. But one day my godmama called me and she said, girl, where you work at again? Because somebody trying to find a job, and I lied to my godmom. I told you this, Corey, like what, a few months ago?
You've told me
it was a while ago. I said, I don't tell my kids, they no, I don't tell nobody. My friends don't even know where I work.
Right.
Like, I don't let nobody know shit. And before I was introduced to the B sector, it wasn't like that. Everybody knew where I worked. I would tell everybody where I worked, all my friends and my family, and come get a job and all that kind of shit.
Right.
Once I was introduced to the B sector and people would hit people up on Facebook, try to find your people and all that. Nope. I have friends who be like, where you work at? I need a referral. I need a job. Girl, I be lying. I be telling them I work at the dollar store. I work at the hospital. I didn't even name the name of shit. Just name of shit. But my sons know for damn sure if anybody ever hits them up and say something about your mom, they know to say, go holler at my mama. And they might cuss you out. But yeah, that's how it's been since I've been B sector. I didn't train my peace, my family. You know, and it's sad that you got to do that shit, but you do. Shauna said, to this day, I still make curry stew chicken with rice and peas. My family begged me for it at least 3 times a month. I like curry food, but I don't know. I guess it depends on who makes it. Because even some of the restaurants that people highly favor, I might get some of their curry food and be like, "Oh, this is nasty."
Yeah, I don't like curry for some reason. It's just, I don't like that particular seasoning.
The seasoning and the spices, and it's like maybe a particular thing that I might like. Not all of it, for sure.
But I love Indian food. I just don't like curry powder. I don't like fresh. I don't like it. So when I get something that doesn't have curry in it, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's okay. I've tried curry many times, but it's certain dishes that I can eat, and I hate when people say, "Oh my God, you gotta try this at this restaurant." Then you try it and you be like, I know I did not waste my money on this bullshit.
You know what I hate, Hood Table, is when they recommend a dish, you try it and you go, I don't like it. And they
Mm-hmm.
they get offended. What you mean? That's good. You just don't know what good food. And it's like, really? I just don't like it. You know what I mean? So,
I
but
mean,
yeah.
it's just like black people who eat chitterlings. I don't want that shit. I don't like that shit. I mean, my mama, when I was younger, we was like, you either eat it or you starve. And I can
Mm-hmm.
still taste the texture of
Mm-hmm.
grizzle and like pig ears. I can still taste the texture of grizzle in pig ears. Like the shit my mama used to make us eat when we was little. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't want none of that shit. If it ain't
Mm-hmm.
bacon or sausage or pork chops, something
Mm-hmm.
like that, I don't want it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm. Would you say that's all you eating on a pig is a pork
No, because
pie
man, they would eat
or pig
everything from the
roast?
rooter to the snout to the
Yeah.
pig nose on your plate. Oh no.
Girl, you know that's slave food.
I
That's
know,
all
and
we
that's the
used to be able
thing.
to.
It's
That's all
like,
we had to eat was the sloppy leftovers. They would toss out the back onto the ground. Now
and
I
see, I
like
don't judge
it.
nobody. I don't judge people who do eat it,
No, you don't.
but
You
because I
don't.
definitely didn't judge my parents. It was
Yeah,
like that's
yeah,
what they were used to. That's what their
yeah,
grandparents was used to.
yeah.
And growing up in the SIP, when they moved here north and they
Mm-hmm.
realized up north everybody don't eat like that. Like they
Right.
move, like you move somebody from the SIP in like the 60s and
Mm-hmm.
early 70s, and they get up here and there's all kind of other restaurants like Chinese and tacos and Mexican and all that kind of shit. It was a shocker to my mom to
Mm-hmm.
realize that everybody up here don't eat the same shit they
Mm-hmm.
eat down south.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when you set in your ways, or that's your palate for so many
Mm-hmm.
years, that's
Mm-hmm.
what you eat. And they try to get us that shit. I'll be like, man, mama, you can't make this. Can you
Mm-hmm.
do nachos? Can you do
Mm-hmm.
burritos? Can you
Mm-hmm.
do like mama didn't do none of that type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
either soul food or no food.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So as I grew older, like some people in my family, they could eat certain things every day, like greens and dressing. And me,
Mm-hmm.
from growing up, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it has to be a holiday thing. I
Mm-hmm.
can cook the fuck out of some dressing. Everybody loves my dressing, and out of all the people in the family, I'm
Right.
like the one they love to make the dressing, like my mama. But
Right.
I'll only do it on certain holidays. I can't eat that shit all through the year, greens and all that. I just can't,
Right.
because it seemed like it was a forced food when I
Right.
was younger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when I mentioned that I eat chitlins, all you
Never,
said is I don't eat them. You've never said, "Ew, girl, I can't believe
never.
you
I'll
never."
just be like, nope, nope, I'm not doing it.
That's
I
it.
I
That's
will
it.
never shade
That's
nobody, because when you look at it back in the day, you had to survive.
yeah.
And that was the shit people had to eat to survive.
And I vowed that this past because we always had them on New Year's Day. You know what I'm saying? No, no
And black eyed
Christmas.
peas. I don't do black
Yeah.
eyed peas.
Okay.
And
But
choreo, to tell you the truth, and I
mm-hmm,
told this before, but you might not remember, but my
mm-hmm.
mother, she knows I didn't like certain things, like even okra. I don't like okra when it's slimy.
Me either. Me
And
either. I
she
have
puts
that.
it in everything. So
Right.
my mother,
Yeah.
growing up, she would make
Mm-hmm.
a pot of beans or a pot of greens or a pot of whatever that
Mm-hmm.
she would normally add the slimy okra, and she
Ugh.
would make me my own pot without it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how much she didn't push the shit on me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I
But
hate
still,
slime.
it was times like, okay, you don't want
Now,
these pig feet?
do you eat fried okra though?
I
I
love
love
fried
fried
okra.
okra, but it's
I
that.
love
I mean, she would put it, and my grandmother. I to this day, me and my grandma, because my grandmother didn't like it slimy, she liked it fried. But my aunt, who lived with her, was a great cook. But she would put slimy okra in something that she wanted for herself. So nobody else would eat it. She would put slimy. She thought she was slick, Hood Table, but we knew she would do that because she knew 90% of my family didn't do slimy okra because my family has texture issues. You know, and it sounds like you have texture issues too.
I definitely have texture issues.
Yeah,
Like I can eat
yeah,
fried okra like popcorn, but
yeah.
that slimy shit, oh,
Nope.
it would be such a pain. I mean, my mother would sit there
Uh,
and watch me try to pull out every slimy
uh,
piece out of my
uh,
greens or my beans,
uh,
and so she finally was just like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna make you a pot
uh.
with none of the shit, and I'll make another pot for the rest of the family." That's how she did
Exactly.
me, and I appreciated it.
Exactly. My aunt would do. My grandmother would be because my aunt girl, she got divorced 5 times, and every time she got
Hey, Jay
divorced,
Wilson, he said, "What's up, hood table
hey
choreo?"
Wilson, Jay Wilson hit the panel. Is it pinned?
Jay Wilson over there talking about you running through bedrooms while Joyce and her panties and bra, but I heard she was in her shorts and
I didn't know.
t-shirt, and you ran up in the bedroom and you was like looking out the window petrified, talking about, did you hear that noise? Jay Wilson, have you talked about that? I mean, I ain't been over there. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't been over there, so I don't know if you talked about it, but that shit was hilarious to
And he's
me.
also the sad thing part of it, he's also being stalked and harassed. And I was in that.
I also heard Jay Wilson. Well, I heard that somebody said Jay Wilson was being stalked and
Yeah.
harassed.
And I don't like that. I don't like
And if
that.
that's the case, that's not cool.
Yeah.
It's really not. I don't want nobody to be stalked and harassed.
Yeah.
So that's totally not cool.
Yeah.
But the shit with Joyce, I ain't gonna lie. I was over there with Dovey and them. Well, I didn't even say I was over there. I was watching the replay with Dovey and them. And Dovey had to clear some shit up the other day because Dovey had everybody around these parts thinking that Joyce was in her bra and panty drawers. You know, when Jay Wilson busted up in there. So Joyce and then went live again saying, no, Joyce was actually in bed in her t-shirt and shorts when Jay Wilson came in the room. And they said Joyce, being that she got PTSD from the military and other shit, she was like, if he come close to me, I might have to wear his ass out. That shit was so funny to me. Hold on, let me make sure this is Jay Wilson.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jay Wilson.
You know, that's so funny. If I saw Joyce with her t-shirt and her panties, everybody would have known about it because I would have talked about it on Mad Day.
My panties on.
And besides, she ain't my type of woman, and I rarely go upstairs. I know she lied, but anyway, this is why, again, that I don't deal with anybody anymore in the beach sector, because on Mad Day, people start lying. If that's still a lesbian didn't want her, then why you think I would want her?
Right.
Anyway, y'all go ahead, because she to me, she's another Dovey.
Well, see, Pastor, I didn't hear that she wanted you. They does the storyline, if you haven't heard it, was just that she was over at your house that day when she had spent the night at your house or whatever, and she was in bed in her, well, now it's shorts and shirt.
It changes, okay,
you busted in and you ran and looked out the window and said, Joyce, did you hear that? And Joyce was like shocked, and they said she was choking, she couldn't breathe because you scared her to death and she got PTSD. Like,
first of all, that's not something that I would do. I would have knocked on Joyce's door because I don't bust in people's rooms like that.
I believe that. I
wasn't raised like that. My thing is, especially when you're dealing with women, Joyce's daughter was there. So my thing is, I don't remember going up there. It's been so long. I don't really remember going up there. But if I did go up there, I more than likely would have knocked on the door and say, hey, Joyce, there's something going on outside or something, are you okay? I would have never busted in on anyone. I mean, I have family members and female family members, and you never did that. I wasn't raised that way. So to hear that, I'm like, what is going on? I would have knocked on the door and
said
say, hey,
had PTSD and she was choking and couldn't breathe, and you was talking to her, she was like,
wait a minute. But all of a sudden this came about, but now we're talking about this, but before then I was a great host and all of this stuff, and
exactly.
Yeah, all of a sudden now she's choking. Did she talk about that bridge and how we had to get her off that bridge?
Because she was scared. Yeah, no.
And she was almost,
that would have been
the thing got me, she was almost down from the bridge. She was like, girl, all you had to do is roll like two more minutes and you would have been off the bridge.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Shauna said Jay
But
Wilson
again,
isn't my favorite person, but he isn't the kind of person to harass anyone in a
I don't
sexual way
harass.
or in your life. Yeah, so
First of all, I had King Jives to stay over my house. And I didn't even go
Yes.
upstairs when he was there. I was always downstairs. So I always tell people when you're upstairs, that's your area. And if I
Right.
did go, I would knock on the door. And why am I trying to look out the window? I don't live in that type of neighborhood where I would be concerned about that.
Right. I
I
believe
was
you.
wondering why she
I
said you
believe
ran
you.
to the window. Like, was it gunshots? I'm trying to think what could have been going
Yeah.
on because they never did say.
I just
No,
thought
but again,
it was
it
weird.
doesn't make any
Mm.
sense. I'm not that.
Had many people to stay with me,
Ooh,
and
you
we've
sound
never
so
had
much
those issues.
better. What did you just do? You sound so much better. Oh boy, you sound better, Jay Wilson.
Oh, it probably came off of my speaker. I apologize. It
Oh,
Oh
probably
yeah,
came off
it
of my
was
speaker.
crackling at first, but we
Yeah.
still could hear you. But yeah, it's better
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah,
But
so
yeah.
Yeah, because I was wondering, was it gunshots? Like, why was Jay Wilson running to the window saying, "Did you hear that? What kind of noise was it?" But it was never specified.
Right.
no, but we just making stuff up now because I guess everybody getting their bonanza. Everybody's getting paid. So the $135 boys and everybody else. So, but I mean, it is what it is. I'm not mad at Joyce, but Joyce does a lot of things, and this is why Shelly doesn't mess with Joyce because it seem like the people who really have gone and bent over backwards to help Joyce has always kind of not done well. So
Yeah.
I just step back from her. But I'm going to say this: her daughter is sweet. She has a sweet daughter, and her daughter actually came with her because she was afraid for her mother. And so when we met, me and her daughter got along well. I'm like, nobody ain't gonna do nothing to your mama. I mean, that's YouTube stuff,
Right.
and so I can tell you that happened.
Right.
But Joyce's daughter is sweet. She was the winner of the Christmas tree competition.
She sure was.
Yeah, and like I said, and me and Joyce wasn't getting along during that time. But you all don't
Uh-oh.
confused about the story because I'm like, I don't barge in people's rooms. I wasn't raised that way. That's
Yeah.
not good hospitality. You knock on people's doors,
Yeah.
and yeah, and that's
Yeah, I
what I
remember when
do.
King Guy stayed at your
What?
house too.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. What'd you say, Hood Table? I.
he said
I.
she remember when King Job stayed at the house,
Oh yeah.
and
I
King Job
just.
was on the balcony doing his program for the most part.
I just don't
Yeah, he was.
understand what made it out of the blue. Because I haven't heard from Joyce in a long time. I don't even know if she's still over there doing videos. But
She doing videos like beauty products or health products or something. She like
yeah.
promoting or doing something like that. But her and Dovey got a little show going on, and that's how the shit came up.
Oh, they're doing a show together. That's what it is.
And Dovey happened to bring it up. Joyce wasn't the one who brought it up. Allegedly, Joyce told Dovey this shit, and Dovey brought it up. And Joyce from yesterday, she said, "Well, I'm not mad that she brought it up. It's just some things were not exactly right."
No matter what goes on, Dovey's going to find a way to pull Jay Wilson into some bullshit. I don't know if I'm the only one that notices that, but that's how she busted.
But hold on, Jay Wilson. There was something about something in the past that I totally forgot about, and I might be wrong. But what the fuck happened with some? They started a storyline of you and the chicken and eating this pastor's chicken and being put out to church.
It was a
Yeah,
lot.
that was Dovey, and
And that was Dovey,
really
right?
what
Yeah.
was really funny about it. I don't even, and so Dovey was talking about a church in South Brevard County. I don't live in that area. So again, Dovey takes things and then she was like, it's a story. And then she like, to me, too. You know how she talk about to me. I always to
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And so I think she, like I said, after that Just Read My Book, well, it was before then, but the Just Read My Book thing really showed me what that lady is capable of doing. She was willing to get that lady put in jail to stay
Yeah.
in her house. And
Yeah.
then the second thing is when she went to Georgia and she talked about her family members like a dog. And I'm
Yeah.
like, girl, how you talking about your family members and you stand with them? So
Yeah.
I don't get these people. They do some really weird stuff. But I'm really not mad. But it's about money. It's about, okay, let me come on in. I got
Yeah.
something to say. But I would never burst in on Joyce and do that,
Yeah.
because if anything, I would knock on the door and say, hey, Joyce, there's something going on. Or I would let her know, and she would open the door. I would never, of any guest, burst in, because I wouldn't want anybody to do that to me, and I wasn't raised like that.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about this submarine that's been going in on you for quite some time? I never knew of a submarine till like a month
I
ago.
still don't know of a submarine, and I don't know of that person. I'm not trying to get to know of that person. I just know that she has paid people, and I'm just more surprised at the people who got in their payola. And I had to tell one particular content creator, if I did that to you, you would have a major issue. But I'm not mad at it. It just tells me where I am with you and where I stand and where you all are willing to go. I said, because if I colluded to take your page or do something, you all would have a fit. But I don't give that person any, I don't interact with that person. I don't care. I
Mm-hmm.
don't need no new friends, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
good. And I just let them do what they do and say what they say. And
Mm-hmm.
but I'm just really not interested.
Well, Pastor,
Yeah, they say she on my neck. Okay, great.
Well,
I
I mean, they
mean,
did play a video of how you had kind of like dragged her when she was in your chat, and I guess you got
well,
mad at
what did she
it
do then? Because
that
if anybody who
you
got
had
dragged,
said
go ahead.
you. Well, I guess like because I kept wondering why is this person coming at Jay Wilson like that, and a
Mhm,
lot of us is like, who the heck is a submarine? Like where they come
mhm,
from? So
mhm.
the other day, um, what's her name? Jay Dunn dropped the link from when I guess Submarine had came into your chat one day months ago, and you just like totally went in.
Well, why did I go in?
Submarine,
Because
I was like,
I
oh,
don't go.
this is what
I,
happened.
well,
I
from
don't
what
go
I
in unless somebody causes me to go in. So why did I
Yeah.
go in? 'Cause I don't randomly start bothering people or do X, Y, Z. And my thing is, something must have had me to go there. And my thing is, if this is what you do, then I think you need to be examined. And because many people have told me many things and said many things to me, but I don't go stalking them and all of this stuff. So it's just weird to me. I don't even know who the person is. I don't even recall when they got told off. But if they got told off, if I went in, then they must have done something, because I just don't go in on people for
right.
nothing.
Well, it seems like you were talking about uh your upcoming Amtrak trip,
Mm-hmm.
and she was in the chat going, basically, it's not verbatim. I'm not sure why you would take Amtrak. It seems like flying would be better for a vacation. Amtrak doesn't seem a good vacation travel. Uh, just that wouldn't seem like a good way to travel to
And
go on
that is when you
vacation.
just, woo, child.
Okay, then. Well, my thing is this: that was my decision, and that's my money, and you ain't my man. So why
Right,
are we discussing that? And my thing is, if you know how Jay Wilson is, then yeah, yeah,
yeah,
and again, I don't need a stage manager nor a travel consultant. I don't tell people where to go on their vacation and how to get there.
yeah,
So why should you
right,
tell me? But
yeah,
again, people try to throw slick shade, and then when you respond, then they
yeah,
get touched in their spirit. But
yeah,
if that's the only reason why, then
yeah,
anyway. But I don't even remember it. To be
yeah,
Whatever you
honest,
did, Jay Wilson got you making them videos every
let me
day.
let me say
Child.
this: they can make it every day. My life has been going swimmingly. I don't get hurt by people who I don't know. She's not
hmm,
immediate family. She's not friend. She's a
yeah,
person on
yeah,
YouTube, and
yeah,
she's doing what she needs to do. But I'm
yeah,
really not interested. No new
yeah.
friends. And then for her to disguise herself as 3 subscribers to try to come on the platform and
I was
all of
telling
that.
I was
Yeah,
telling Hood Table about
yeah.
that yesterday. How in your live, whoever it was, you were active in the live, and they were taking active people from your chat that were in there typing, using their names to try to hit your link. I've never seen anything like that.
But like I said, people do what they want to do. I'm to the point now where I'm not doing all that. fighting and all of that craziness. Let people say what they want. And I'm telling you right now, I purposely not go watch people. And if you don't tell me by email, I will not know. Because again, half of the stuff ain't funny. So I'm just really not interested. But baby, when I tell you somebody sent me an email about Tommy and that piece of trade that came over to that house, I was there.
I saw your video. I haven't been able to watch it, but
Wait a minute.
I saw the title this morning, but I haven't.
Baby. So first of all,
What
let me say this too. I used a title way long ago when Deanna and Urban and I was fighting. So I need to erase that. So that was not for Deanna Urban, Lord Jesus. Because like I said, I'm trying to keep peace among all men and women. It was supposed to be Tommy in the trade. And I said, do Rahab. But let me tell you, so somebody told me to get over to Tommy's and they gave me the link and everything. I went over to Tommy's and Tommy had got a piece of trade. And I guess he got this man early in the morning and that man thought he was going to get some cookies and cake. And Tommy was trying to play with that man, talking about something. I sleep with my dog, and the man kept on saying, "You playing with me?" And they was drunk. And then Tommy said, "Castro eat booty better than he does." Oh, it got ugly. And the man was getting ready to fight Tommy, and then Tommy said, "You better be glad I got papers." But the man was then I heard that the man was grinding on Tommy, and Tommy didn't. He said, just lay down, just lay down. So the man thought he was gonna get some. And Tommy duped that man. And that trade went off. That trade went off. And I'm telling you, it was bad, you all. And then Tommy put the video on private. But baby, I was there. I was there.
What, did he get beat up or was it?
He was about to get beat up because I guess he done promised that man some stuff. And Tommy was delaying. That man was real for it. He didn't want no formalities. He didn't want no foreplay. He wanted it then. And then Tommy called the man a B. And the man said, "Don't call me no B." And he said, "I'm not that other crazy, sorry boy you was messing with." It got deep. God, it got real ugly.
Okay, so he knows about
child, yeah. Yeah. So Castro came on this morning, but this is the thing. And see, Tommy probably be cussing me out this afternoon, which is fine. But I keep on telling Tommy, why do you put that kind of stuff on? It gave me ZT and that man in that car.
God almighty.
You remember when ZT was in that car with that man and that man was about to beat ZT ass?
Yes.
That's what this was giving.
What about when ZT was in his house and him and his man was going
everybody started saying, "I beg of thee." I beg of thee came up. I beg of thee came up. But this is the thing. Why y'all record those things? You don't know how it's gonna go.
Right.
And y'all think y'all got control over these people and these people ain't like what you were dealing with. And this man was really upset. And the man wanted some stuff. He didn't come over there to be laying down. He came over there to get active, okay? He was not trying to be laying down. He wanted to be active. And then Tommy kept on talking about something, "I sleep with my dog." Now, I said, Tommy, you might want to watch that because the last time you and your dog got close,
where they got that from.
that hard candy came up. And then you took that video down.
Oh my God.
So I'm just saying, Tommy, don't do that. But baby, that right there, I was like, and it was early in the morning. So it went off around about like 6:15, 6:30. So they were up all night fighting.
What?
I mean, all night. And they done drank. They was drunk. It's cool to brand.
You know what, Jay Wilson, it was funny because one day I heard, excuse me. One day I heard Castro talking about you was being used or they was being used by you for content. And I said, I don't know if Corey or anybody remember, but I was like, how? Okay, for somebody to use you for content, you got to be on here spilling all your shit, doing shit online for people to talk about. And then y'all over there on his panel almost every other fucking day. But then you turn around and say, he's just using us for content.
Talking about
I'm like, but you're making yourself content.
But then they get mad when I tell them don't come over no more. Right. I just banned Big and Tender in Houston because he can't come on my platform no more.
He talking about Brian.
Big and Tender.
Oh my
What you call?
Big and tender.
God.
That used to be a chicken product in
I'm
Florida.
on mute.
Big and tender.
That do sound like some shit that Popeyes or.
Okay. So he's upset now because I'm like, well, don't come on my platform because obviously the lady was paying them not to come on the platform. So like this morning, I told Castro, I don't want to get your basket money taken. So, don't come over here. And I mean, yeah. So my thing is, I always say this to the table. I enjoy you when you're over, but don't think I need you to be over because I was doing the show before you even came up here. And the thing with Brian is he always have an agenda. And so his agenda was to, I guess, to try to dox me and some stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna put you down and I'm not gonna let you come up because, it's bad enough that you are colluding with someone who you directly or indirectly know what they're about. And if I would do that to you, you would have a whole fit. But you don't understand the bigger picture. But if the money is important, then you go hang with that person and you stay on their platform. I'm not saying that I got a problem with you. And so then when I do let them on my platform, I get you acting different towards me. Well, how am I supposed to act? When you show me who you are, I govern myself accordingly. So I'm always looking at you with suspicion.
Jay Wilson, might I ask, how do you feel that he's trying to dox you when you've been doxed up and down?
Yeah, but he swears that I tried to dox him, and I'm like, I don't know you live. But Brian doxed himself because I know people who live in a certain area. That don't mean that I know where you live, and I've been accused of that. But it's crazy work. And then he always throws out that I don't want to meet you because I don't want you to get off kilter or you may turn over a table. I'm like, I've met many content creators, and that's never happened. But I think that you might do that.
I think you and Mother have had the most successful meet and greets, that had more than two, that was a group of people. I think the two of you have had the most.
No. Let's give Sean Bradley his props. I know he ain't beef sexy no more, but Sean Bradley had good. He started it, and I mean, but I think
we gotta say Sean Bradley in there too. Yep.
Yeah, we've had good meet and greets, and again, but everybody's meet and greet is different, and and we had good ones. But I'm not here to fight people and all of that stuff, and I'm not ashamed to meet people either, whether I was slim or whether I was 300 pounds or whatever. I was never ashamed of weight. I was never ashamed of smell, or because they said I got bad breath and bumps all on my head, but I was never afraid to meet people. But it really amazes me that people are very self-conscious when meeting other folks. So it is what it is. And ever since I met Ro,
do a cruise again, or is it just going to be always a Labor Day event?
I got a Labor Day event, and I think it's going to be it. And I might go meet certain content creators that I do like, that I, would like to work with. I've always said that there are some content creators that you work with, but you're not friends with or have a relationship with. And then there's some content creators that you are. I say that there are no friends on YouTube. And if you do have a friendship, you just don't let everybody know. I mean that because I would never want anyone to kind of sever or damage that. But, I don't think friendships really are smart on YouTube, like relationships. I don't think they're smart on YouTube either because we see how they end.
Yeah. I have one last thing. Hood Table, can I proceed with Jay Wilson?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so about this submarine person. This is something I heard yesterday on this panel. There was a visitor, and because we were talking about the submarine person and where the hell they came from, and how none of us have ever seen them in a chat. And I'm a chat reader. I don't even I forget about community walls because I think it all goes down in the chats. And I've never seen her. We were all saying we never seen her. And so this person was saying how you had your classes on becoming a content creator, and they think that Submarine is one of your people, and that this is the way you're helping her build her channel, and
That
it's all
wasn't the
a
case.
play. And it's all a play.
It wasn't the case. It wasn't the case
Okay.
because we never even got that off the ground. So it
Okay.
was never the case. And I know who the person is who wanted. It was two people, but it's all good. I mean, no harm, no foul. It's just not real life to me. And yeah. Oh, I see you got some people who just hate some Jay. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. My ex loves these wrinkles, and that's all that really matters. Amen. I like them too. Amen. Amen. I guess that was supposed to hurt. I'm supposed to cry.
Yeah.
I'm too Florida. I'm too Florida J to be
I
Go
know.
find somebody with low self-esteem. I'm not that kind of man. I'm sorry.
Right.
I know y'all like downtrodden people. Go ahead.
I know that's right.
I mean, I don't hate people, but baby, you know what? If I can make you mad, I do my job. If I can make you laugh, I do my job. And at
Right.
the end of the day, it is what it is. It's nothing
Yeah.
you can say, especially if I don't know you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, but it's something when I can evoke emotions in people
Mhm.
like that. It says a lot. It says a lot.
Mhm.
Well, Hood Table, I gotta get to a
Well,
meeting.
well.
I gotta get to an Uber meeting. I'm driving people to
Oh yeah,
meetings.
you better get to drive your job. I might need a ride, a lift. Okay.
Okay. Well,
When I'm
let me
down in the
see.
San
Let me
Antonio to
see.
visit my
Okay.
family.
All right. And I'll make sure, I can go as far as Waco, Texas. Okay. I can
Not
as far as
Waco.
Waco.
I
Now I
don't
got
want
a
to go to
question for you.
Waco. I don't want
I
to go
got
to
a
Waco.
question for you. What is that skyline? Which skyline is
That's
this?
downtown Omaha.
You know what? Now let me tell you something.
You came through here before when you was doing the
Yes.
planes, didn't you?
Let me tell you, Omaha is a city that shocked me. I'm telling you, I had to come to Omaha 3 times to make sure that I wasn't because it was
Because you
black people
saw one too
everywhere.
many black people
It
there.
was black people. It was spoken word. They
Please
were at
tell
the
them that it's black
club.
people here. Please tell them, Jay.
I mean, let me tell y'all something. I enjoyed Omaha, Nebraska so much, and then I hung out with some people who were kind of alcoholics, so they would drive to Council Bluffs so they can drive,
You
so they
gotta go
could
to
drink
Council
out
Bluffs if it was late at night to get the liquor.
to get an hour more of drinking. Yeah.
Yes, because it used to be where after 1 you couldn't get no more in Omaha, so people
So
would
you can
drive
drive to
across the
Council Bluffs.
bridge to go to Council Bluffs. He knows. He
Oh
knows.
Lord, baby. But let me say, I had such a good time. So they have a gay club in Omaha. They have many, but they have
They have
one.
me. Yeah. Mhm.
And baby, when I was telling you, I thought it was a mini Atlanta. I'm like, what? I'm
Oh,
like, what is all of this? I mean,
right.
serious, Omaha is no joke. This is why I laugh when people say, "Oh, you just came out at fit." No, I was a flight attendant in my 30s, and I knew about Omaha. Omaha is I would do Omaha over Lincoln. The only thing
A
Lincoln
very
is
vibrant place. I used to tell people they used to call us back in the day in the 90s when the crime was real high with gangs and shit. They used to call us the little shy town because our ratio of crime was the same, even though there's more people, more populated, and ours is not. But the ratio of gangs and violence was the same. They used to call us little shy town. And I'm like, people really think like black people live in Omaha?
they
Y'all
do.
got
And let me
hood.
tell you
Y'all
something
got
beautiful.
ghettos. Y'all got. I'm like, what
Baby,
the fuck?
nice looking black people live in Omaha. It's not
Yes,
just black people. It's nice looking black people. I went 3
we
times to
have
make sure.
hoods and suburbs and urban and we have all the things that every city has.
Yes, Omaha was very nice. So I figured that because I was like, is that Omaha? Is that Oklahoma City? Because now I'm gonna give it Tulsa and OKC. They have a decent skyline, but I
Mhm.
mean, the Omaha is this, and I enjoyed it. I went to Lincoln, but Lincoln is it's a college town. Omaha is very much the city, and I have a
Yeah,
friend
a
and
lot
her
of people
husband.
here go to Lincoln, but Lincoln is a
Yeah,
party
it was very
college
college.
party.
It was
Yeah,
very college town. But
yeah,
I have a friend. Her and her husband moved back to Virginia, but she was the first lady at a Baptist church in Omaha. And then I know somebody there now who is a high-ranking official in a particular church in Omaha. I mean, not on that tip. I just know him because he
yeah.
is clergy. But yeah, so but he married somebody who lives in Kansas. And so they live in Omaha now because a lot of people in Omaha, I don't know, they got these Kansas women for some reason. They go to Kansas and
Man,
get married.
when I tell you it's some of the best schools, some of the best jobs, some of the best Fortune 500 companies, colleges. I mean, I be telling people all the time, don't sleep on us. Just
Yeah.
because
I
you ain't
mean, so
never been
you
here,
still
and
in
you don't know too
the
much.
city?
Don't sleep on us.
You still in the city or you don't live there anymore?
No, I still live here. I
Okay
still
then.
live here, born and
Okay
raised.
then.
Ain't never
Okay.
moved.
All right. Well, look, I'm like I said, that's a place that I would definitely go back to because every time that I've gone, I've been to Omaha 4 times. After the third time, I knew that it was what it was. I was so surprised. But the first
Mm-hmm.
time I went there, it was a spoken night. It was a spoken word night, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, is this and I was very surprised. But in that field of work, there are places that I would have never gone. I would have never gone to Kalispell, Montana. The people were super friendly, and I went to Boise, Idaho, which I really liked. Even though it was a few of us, I didn't feel like I was a. How should I put it? In the South, you black, but
Mm-hmm.
in Boise, and when I went to Kalispell,
Mm-hmm.
it was just they treated you like, hey, you just a regular person, order your food, da 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 da. So I didn't get a crazy stare or any of that, and it was just really different.
Mm-hmm.
So I've never been. Now Salt Lake City was interesting too. I don't think a lot of people know, even though it's Mormons, but it's a lot of gay folk in Salt Lake City. So
Mm-hmm.
Salt Lake was very interesting. But out of all of those cities, Omaha was great. Des Moines, Iowa, I didn't care for, but Omaha, it was it. So shout out to Omaha.
Oh
But look,
yeah, a lot of people used to come here just for the clubs, like real shit.
no, seriously,
From the
Omaha.
bordering states and shit like that. A lot of people used to
Y'all,
come here for
y'all
the
go to
club.
Omaha. Just go to Omaha for a vacation. I know it sounds odd, but I would stay in the downtown area,
Mm-hmm.
and the city, it was something always happening on the weekend. And I was just so friggin' surprised. And it reminded me of Atlanta almost,
Mm-hmm.
not Chicago, but in Atlanta. And I just thought it was a really fun city. So Omaha, Nebraska, y'all,
Oh, I love it here. I have never left. I said if I ever move away, it'll be like when I'm old and
well,
retiring
she's
and
not
just
cute in the winter. She's not
yeah,
cute in
she
the
not
winter.
cute. Yeah, if you
She's
don't
not
like
cute
the
in the
snow
winter.
and the ice, now I've been here born and raised, and I don't like the snow and the ice. I don't come outside a lot in the wintertime unless the streets are totally clean.
Hmm.
So, and I've been here all my life. So yeah, in the
Yeah.
wintertime, mm-mm.
She's not cute in the winter, but you catch her in the summer and you catch her in the fall.
The
She's
summer,
really
fall,
nice.
spring, oh beautiful.
Yeah, but the winter is not. Yeah, I had to go into a winter, and it was something else. But yeah, it's a really nice city. In the downtown area, it's a very impressive downtown for a city that size as well. So it
Mhm.
was really nice. So
And
well,
they always doing stuff, Jay. You haven't been here in a long time, but if you look at more recent pictures of down, it's like they done so much,
so
so
when
much
I was
more.
there, it was the Woodman's Building, and then they had that
Hmm.
other building. It was really tall. I can't think of that building. That was the
Well, that's
tallest
what's
one, I think.
behind us. That's what's behind us. The purplish building is the Woodman, and the
Hmm.
other building is the First National.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So those are the buildings that you're probably talking about. But now they're building one that's way taller than that tall one back there, and it should be open in like 3 months. They've been doing so much stuff to our city, the downtown, even the hood. Like the hoods ain't even hooding like they used to. Like they
Hmm.
done like
Because the
destroyed a
money
whole bunch of
coming.
old houses and projects, and they trying to
Now are they letting the people stay in or are they moving them out?
Oh no! Once they tear shit down, they move them out, and then like, see,
Hmm.
you know how they do, where
So
they
they can put
turn
them
a
all in the suburbs.
$10,000 house in the hood and flip it and turn it to a three hundred thousand
Hmm.
dollars. Yeah, it's a lot of flipping going on. It's a lot
Okay.
of
And what that usually does is their taxes go up, and
the
then the
tax.
elderly people can't afford it, and then they would
That's
have
what
to
I
move
said.
too. That's what they did in Cincinnati,
Wasn't
Ohio.
I just talking about that choreo the other day? I
Yeah.
said my taxes that went up because I have escrow, so all my shit is all together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just talking the other day. I said I need to get on here and do some videos more often because my shit done went up $500, and that's with taxes, the property taxes, and also with the insurance, the homeowners insurance.
But the
But
thing
because
is
of everything they're
yours
doing in
though.
our hood is raising all our property taxes, and
Yeah.
a lot of us can't afford it, and they're leaving their homes. I'm still here in my shit, but some days, Jay, I'll be like, I'm gonna
Well,
get
the
this
thing
shit
is,
back.
though, the beautiful thing is that you're not renting, you're owning. And
Yeah.
if you decide, then that equity that you build up in your house, you can easily go
Oh, I do
somewhere
have a lot
else.
of equity already,
Yeah,
and I ain't even been
yeah,
here that long. So
yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, that's the beautiful part about owning, and yeah. So if something happens, but you're like me, my taxes are in my mortgage. So
Hmm. And
but
it's easier that way. I'd rather pay one
do they
bill
have the
instead of.
homestead extension? Because I did the homestead extension where I didn't have to do it for 15 years.
Yeah, we don't have that because we're like city. So
Oh,
there
okay.
ain't no homestead. Not in these parts. You got to be quite a ways from the
So
city
yeah.
to do the home.
Well, y'all taxes might be a little bit better than Texas though. Texas is high. Their property taxes are pretty high in Texas.
Ours are really high. Even our license plates, like I be telling people, is 10 cents on every 100. So if your car costs 30,000, it's 3,000 for your plates. It don't matter the year,
Wait a minute.
condition,
I
in the
know you
car.
lying to
None of
me.
that.
I
No,
know
I'm
you lying to
honest.
me.
I promise you. I
You
promise
know,
you.
in,
If your
in
car
Texas
costs
it's
10,000, your
$75.
plate is 1,000.
No, in Texas it's 75. It's
And that
75
I know,
straight to
and you know the
Texas.
only reason why I know because I told you before I got cousins that live in San Antonio, so I know exactly how much the place costs there.
$75
Yeah,
for each
75.
car.
No matter what type of our shit is 10% on every 100. It
That's
don't matter if the
crazy.
car was built in 80 or 2026. It's
Wow,
10%
that's
on
crazy.
every 100.
So 10%
Mhm.
on every 100.
And so a lot of people back in the day, they
Are
used
you
to buy
saying?
cars out of town, and they used to use
Table?
people addresses to get their,
Is it
Wow.
$100 or $1,000?
No, it's 100. It's 100 on every 1,000, 10% on every 100.
Okay,
So
got you.
yeah. So
Wow.
basically, if your car
So
is
if you
10,000, your place is 1,000,
so if
20,000,
your
2,000.
car is appraised at 1,000, you still gonna pay a pretty
It
chunk.
don't matter because our wheel taxes and our road taxes, they're super high.
I know in Atlanta it was the same way. They called it ad valorem, and you paid a lot of money. But like say you bought a 2000, but in 1999, in 2001, it would get what you paid for your tax would get a little lower. It went with the value of the car. So the longer you had the car, the lower it would get. But it was still
And see, that's how it would go every year, Corio.
Because would you say hood table?
Every year it goes down. Like if you bought a $20,000 car, the first year you license your plates, it'll be 2,000 and some change. Every year it goes down, maybe like 3,000-4,000. But it's gonna take you about a good 5 to 6 years.
But that's a lot of money. I mean,
yeah, it's gonna take you about
it's really
5 to 6
discouraging
years.
people to buy luxury cars because you buy a luxury car, then you will be paying on that joker forever.
And you
unless
paying
it
on it for
depreciates.
5-6 years, and then you paying all that money every year to replate it. So it's gonna take 5 to 6 years before your shit get down to like the hundreds for your place. By then you're gonna be looking at another car, and you gotta start all over.
Yeah, they stopped that in Kentucky. I used to live in Kentucky, and it was a Commonwealth, and they would have inspections, and it was crazy. So
that's Iowa. Iowa has the inspections. We don't have it over here. But if you buy a car in Iowa, you have to get it inspected. But that's why, like my old girl out there in the garage, she an OG, a triple OG. A lot of people in these parts don't buy new cars every so many years.
Well, they were picking at mine, girl. They were picking at mine. I'm like, yeah. I said my car's a 2015. She runs great. She has about 225,000. I keep it up. She gets service, and I'm gonna keep her until the wheels fall off.
I would keep her if I stay here. If you was here, you would definitely keep that girl because that shit. The taxes up here is like it's crazy. You would think it'd be cheaper, but it's not.
I got a question for you now. I might have to use you one day, but I have a young lady, and she is from Louisiana, and she used to make this lemon lime lemon lime champagne cake. And when I tell you it was lime green, but when I tell you that jank was so good, it was something about that frosting, and then it was really moist, but it was
Mm-hmm.
a lime green, and it was like a sweet but tart. It was almost like a sweet and tart type. And then once you get into the meat of the cake, it was so moist. But
Mm.
it was a lemon lime. I think it was lemon lime champagne cake or something. And I got to find out I got to call her
I
to
make
ask her.
champagne cakes, but I never made a lemon lime
It was,
champagne cake.
and the frosting was, it was lime green. And to look at it, it looked like something in a nuclear reactor. But when you
Mm.
taste that frosting, and I'm not a frosting person, but that frosting was like sweet and sour at the same time. And then it was moist, that cake. Oh, it
Mm.
was so good. So,
That do sound good. And I don't
mhm.
I
even
did
eat
it.
cakes. I don't know if you knew that or not, but I decorate them and I slay them, but I don't eat cakes. So I don't eat frosting. I don't eat none of that shit. I just make them. But
Well, I don't eat them
yeah,
that much either, since my journey. I don't eat them that much, but I
I've
will
never
eat
been.
some
I've
sweets.
never been a cake. Even before I started being a cake decorator, I
Mhm.
never was a cake eater. Never.
I love. It depends on what kind of cake. I mean, and again, because I'm in an area where those women knew how to cook those cakes, man. So yeah.
I have a palate for other things. Like I like sweets. I like chips. I like candy as long as it got peanut butter in it, things like
Mhm,
that. But as far as taste, I never
mhm,
been. And so a lot of people would always like gag, like how you make
mhm,
cakes and all those different flavors of
mhm.
frosting and you don't eat it. I'm like, I just
How
don't
do you
eat
know that
it
is good?
because you probably never heard this story, but Corio heard it before. But when I first, and my oldest son is here today, in the house, so he might hear me talking. But when I first started making cakes and desserts, it was because of my mom had passed, and she used to do all that shit for the family, right, and birthdays. And so I started doing it because they weren't really filling the grocery store cakes and
Mhm,
products, and so I started doing it myself. But being I never even made a box cake before, when I started doing stuff from scratch, I started having like church people try it. I would take shit to nursing homes. When I say I would take shit to nail salons, to barbershops, to gas stations, to my family and friends' house, I would just drop off like 24 cupcakes anywhere. Taste
mhm.
this, call me, let me know. My sons, they got so tired of all the shit that I was having them try. They was gaining weight. Like I never been a cake eater or frosting or nothing like that. So once I would get a lot of good feedback, I would write it down, say this recipe, and that's it. And now, like I've been doing it so long, I don't need to look at anything. I don't need to weigh anything. My vanilla flavor, sugar powder, nothing. I can do it blind because all the years I had people trying my shit out and giving me feedback. So
Okay.
that's how
I
I
used to
did it.
make drinks on the plane, and I never drank. But
I'm
once you
just
do it,
saying, it can be done though. Now, see, the thing about it is now, if I'm doing regular cooking, like making some greens or beans or potatoes, or you know what I'm saying, I'll
mhm.
eat that shit and I'll try it, to make sure there's enough seasoning in it. But the thing about desserts, once you got your shit for dessert, it don't change. You can't
Okay.
change. You can't add an egg. You can't add more sugar. You can't add more salt. It's the same all the time. So the only
I
way you're gonna fuck it up is if you alter the ingredients.
I saw a man take box cake and make it seem like not box cake, and what he put
You can
in for
twerk it.
moisture,
You can tweak it.
he
Yeah.
put mayonnaise in it
I ain't
Ugh.
never heard of the mayonnaise, but I heard of
for
other different
moisture.
ways. Yeah.
For, for moisture, and of course he said, "I
I
know it's
heard
gonna
of
make."
sour cream, but not mayonnaise.
Well, he said, man, and I never forget, and he did it, and then of course he put some actually it was a chocolate cake, and he put like chocolate chips in there, and
Mm-hmm.
so but instead of putting 3 eggs, he put four, and so he
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's all about the moisture and all of this. So I thought
It's
it was really
all
interesting.
about the moisture. It's so much about the moisture because you don't want no dry ass cake. And there are a
Mhm.
lot of people like even if you look the best bakers, there are some of the best bakers out there who they'll tell you, okay, I want you to use one box
Yeah,
of
let me
white
just say,
cake mix,
hold
but
on.
then we're gonna do this to that box of cake mix. So there are even professional
Mhm.
cakers out there who might
Yeah.
use a box and they
Uh-huh.
put a whole bunch of shit in it with it.
Yeah, let me say
So
this to
don't
her
be
person.
ashamed if you gotta
I
use a
sure
box.
do put brown sugar in my greens because my mom did it and her mom did it, and they are from the great state of Georgia where greens are grown. And so
Mhm.
my thing is, if your parents did something different, that's great. But that's how my folk like them, and that's how I eat them, and no one has ever turned them down. And I've never had anybody say yuck in disgust. But
Well, that's just like
one thing
mother.
I
Remember when
can
he
do
made the
is cook,
greens?
huh?
Remember when mother did the greens and
In a
cleaned them with a
pot.
little bit of dish soap and people was outraged? I was like, I've been hearing that shit for
Oh
years.
my God! But yeah, I have no problem putting it in there. And yeah, I don't even make cabbage the same way as people make it. Now that I know how these Mexican people make the cabbage, oh yes, Lord, I
Yeah,
will never
I
do that.
always make my cabbage the Creole way. I don't never make my cabbage the old way like my parents with the hog maws or pig feet, whatever the fuck they put in there. I've always done like the Creole Southern
They don't
cabbage.
put any water in it either. That's
I don't
what
put
you
no
mean. No
water in my
water.
cabbage. Nope.
None, none. So I had to learn that because my mom would boil it, and I'm like, I don't like
That's
the.
how they
But
did it back in the day. I add me a little bit of chicken broth and a little bit of sausages and scrimp. I do
Oh,
the Southern shit,
Jesus.
and
so
my sons
here
loved
they do
it.
that bacon, the bacon ends, the thick bacon ends,
Oh yes.
and then a now not the jalapeno pepper, but the juice. They put the juice
Hmm.
in there, and then they put balsamic vinegar in it, and then so it's like really. It was really good, and then they
Oh
put bell
yeah.
peppers and stuff in there.
They got
So
everything now. Not only the dirty rice, they got the dirty spaghetti. They got the dirty, like we were saying, the cabbage. They got so many
mhm,
different ways you can make shit, and ain't nothing wrong with exploring
yeah,
those different type of ways. Because one thing I learned when I was growing up, I was just telling Corio this earlier. When I grew up, I no longer wanted soul food at all unless it was a holiday, and I can cook my ass off. And even still, it got to be Christmas, July 4th, Thanksgiving. I don't eat that shit on a regular basis because back then all it was hog this, hog that, pig ears, pig feet, pig snout, pig this, and greens and beans. I mean, I got tired of that shit. So when I
mhm.
grew up, I just started eating all kind of other, you know,
I couldn't do it
cuisine.
every day either, but I don't. Let me. Yeah, I'm like you. I do it on. Well, no, let me stop. I will do it every once in a while because I will go to a soul food restaurant to get
Oh,
it.
I will do that. Nah,
Now I'm
okay,
not gonna
let
cook
me.
it
I will
though.
do that, but I won't cook it all the time. But I'll go to a soul food restaurant every now and then. And yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I will like so. I'll go to Miss Kitchens or Snow Island, and I'll get the food from there because they make good mac and cheese. You can tell they season their water and the noodles and the cheese. Oh, it's really good. But I don't
Mm.
do it every day either because again, you got to eat
It's
healthy,
too
and
time consuming. It's
yeah,
like
it's a lot of work.
it's a lot of
I
work, and
heard
being
y'all
that I
talking
take
about okra,
over.
and I thought that was funny because there is a way that you can take the slime out of okra. A lot of the Mexicans take the slime out of it because they don't like the
Mhm.
slime either. And so I'm with you. I don't do the slimy okra. I like the fried okra, but one okra that I never try and I'm hooked on it is the pickled okra now.
Mm.
Oh, pickled okra is so
I ain't
Good.
good,
never heard of that.
It
and
tastes just like a pickle.
it's not slimy.
Pickled
Really?
okra is so good.
Hmm.
It is so good. And I know some people in Georgia. They do it like a preserve. You know how the people would do the preserve? They can it, and
Mm-hmm.
you can get it at any time because it stays preserved and
Mm-hmm.
until you're ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they would either use it as a garnish or you could
Mm-hmm.
just take it right out the can and eat it. But that pickled
Mm-hmm.
okra is no joke. And I'm a fan for pickled eggs. I know folk don't like pickled eggs, but I
Uh-uh.
love some pickled eggs. I
Mm-mm.
love pickled
Mm-mm.
eggs.
Mm-mm.
Mm. I might have to
Love
try
pickled eggs.
that.
Mm-mm.
Pickle okra.
I
Mhm.
like pickled asparagus too.
Mm. I
Mhm.
might have to try that.
Yeah.
The pickled okra is really good, and it's not
Yeah.
slimy. But to me, it
No.
reminds me of a. It's not a. It has a pickly taste because, of course, it's like pickle, but the seeds and stuff is in it and everything. But it's not slimy, and it's really good.
It
And
really is.
and the okra is not cooked; it's just preserved. So it's really
Yes.
you're eating that raw okra, but
Yeah.
it's pickled, which and they put the seasonings all in the brine. So
Oh
Mm-hmm.
all of
yeah.
the seasonings go in the brine. So when it stays in there for long, the longer it stays in there, the more seasoning gets into the okra. It is so good. So I knew
Mm.
when I heard you talking about that, I'm like, I'm surprised Corio didn't mention pickled okra.
I am too because I do like it. Because
I'm
when
Hmm.
not
you don't, my
surprised.
grandmother was the type that if you said you didn't like something, she would try to find a way to cook it so you liked it so she could go, I thought you didn't like it. She,
Uh,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying? She was one of those type of people. So
Well, I'm gonna
mhm.
tell you what, Corio. My mom cooked chicken feet, and I didn't eat that day. I cried. I'm like, I am not
See, that's what I'm
eating
talking about.
this.
No, my parents used to go too far. I mean, literally go to the damn woods and find a rabbit and come back. I'm like, no, we don't know. And
rabbit,
you probably be
no,
surprised, Jay, but that's how they get down. All them southern folks from down south
No,
moved up
they're
here to the
everywhere.
Midwest, and they
They're
brought all
everywhere.
that shit with them. Like we going to
They're
get us
everywhere.
a coon today. No, we're
They're
not.
everywhere.
I'm
Yes,
not
my
eating coon,
granddaddy would
mom.
do the prune, and he would take the musk glands out of it because they knew how to
Mhm.
take the musk glands out of it.
ugh,
Rabbit, turtle.
My
I,
ugh.
parents, that's all they did
I
was they
can't.
hunted food. Like we is
I
not from
can't.
the south.
I can't. But let me say this. It's funny because I ate that, and now like I would eat souse, and I ate it with no
Oh,
Ugh.
they
problem.
love
But
south. Yeah, my
oh
parents
my
love
god! But
south.
now I can't because again, things change. But I can't now. I don't do overly sweet things. Like I don't like diabetic peach cobbler. I like a tart sweet peach cobbler, but I don't like it syrupy. I like a good crust, a buttery crust, but I like it
Mhm,
more tart on the sweet
mhm,
side than on the sweet
mhm,
side.
It's
And then
all
I
mhm,
don't
about the
like too
crust.
salty food either.
mhm.
It's all about the crust, and I want a whole bunch of crust. Like every gap, fill in the gaps. Have a tiny little sliver that just you can see through to the peach cob. I like it like damn near totally covered with the crust because I'm all about the crust. I don't
But
care how
ladies,
you
I
look
gotta
like a
go.
big
Thank you for
bag.
having me all up hood table and Choreo. I always enjoy coming over. Thank you all for having me.
Oh, it's
No
our
problem.
pleasure,
It's
and
always a
it's
pleasure.
always
Y'all
nice.
take care.
You
All right,
too.
you two enjoy your weekend.
All right, you too. Bye bye.
All
Bye
right,
bye.
bye bye.
So,
I told him I might be down in the San Antonio one day and might need a lift. Talking about he about to get to driving because people think he be driving people around.
what is what? Who was? Wait a minute. Go back
Oh, which one? Which one?
to the uppity. What was somebody in the chat bothering
Girl, I
her?
think somebody was in the chat. I was trying to pay attention to the to Jay Wilson, but I think they might have been up in the chat
What did it?
talking about each
What
other.
What did it say?
Is it uppity? Is y'all beefing in the
You
chat,
just had
uppity?
you just had it on the
Uppity ups.
screen.
Hold on. I got someone in the background. Sorry, Corey. 1 second.
I'm not beefing with nobody. These weird hoes be like she somebody you know who
Hey,
they was talking about. They was
what's
somebody in your chat, Diana from BK, started a conversation with me, which is weird. Telling me I'm using New York City for clout, which is weird, but that's not in my username. And I'm from Harlem, the best part of New York City. And we was gonna talk about money, and I'm just saying, because they were saying like they was implying like, oh, only certain type of people live in certain type of places. And I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I'm from one of the most expensive cities, born and raised in
Mm-hmm.
Harlem, which is more expensive inside of New York. But anyway, I got my mug.
I know.
That's
Look
what I was coming here to
at Riz.
say.
Look at Riz looking
you
so
know
handsome.
you know what hood table.
I love that cup, Corey. Did you hear that I made me a pink one after I made yours because I was jealous? I was like, I want a pink one. It was so cute.
I love it, and it's pink. And I'm gonna tell you this too because I meant what I said. Me and Nyla we're going to the Bronx Zoo tomorrow. Ouch! And I'm gonna use your cup
The
and
Bronx
stuff.
Please
So,
do. Please do. Put some
so feel
ice in
free
there.
to use
Put some
any
ice in
video
there and
footage of
put
your
some
cup
water in
on your
there.
channel. Yeah,
I
so
would
feel free to use. I'm sorry.
make sure you put some ice in there and whatever
Oh yeah,
liquid.
I
Is
am.
it gonna
Oh
be
baby.
Nyla's or is it yours? Is it yours or
It's
Nyla's?
mine. It's mine.
Okay.
Nala's on a water thing, which I like right now.
But
But
make
what I'm
sure you
gonna
put
do
some
is,
ice in there, girl. I'm telling you, that shit will be cold for days. I promise you.
and I was gonna tell you. So when we go, I'm gonna make sure I have clear footage, so you can use it on your own business site or
Mm-hmm.
even like promotional. So I'll make sure you have some good
Yep.
footage.
I keep
So
mine on my nightstand, and I promise you, it can be there 2-3 days. As long as you put ice in it to begin with, it's gonna stay cool for 2-3 days with whatever you got in there, water. And I keep water in mine. And every night I just take a sip from it, and it still be cool. I'll be like, damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I wanted you to know I got your mug and it was pink. That is so cute. I love that. See,
It's
I took about water.
beautiful.
Nala ran to get her bottle of water. But yeah, I'm definitely bringing your thing with me tomorrow.
Oh,
I
thank
just put us some
you.
water bottles in, but I'm definitely gonna pack my ice. And when I'm gonna have water at first, but when because I bought them this thing where you can feed the birds. So when they go into their bird feeding thing, I'm gonna go out and have me a little smoke, and I'm gonna put my drink in there at that time. So yeah.
Yeah, you
So
be all
I'm
right.
depending
Just
on
put
it
you
to
some ice in there. I love
stay.
those cups. I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can get some bigger ones because I think those might be the 20 ounces. So I'm gonna get the bigger ones, the 30 ounces, so people can have a choice of the size they want. Because I think I want a bigger cup too. But yeah, I love that thing. I sure do.
Yeah, not a problem. So I just had to tell you that. And also, for the lady submarine defense, she did not pay anybody. Tommy lied and said that. And she wasn't
Oh.
paying them. Yeah, she said she's been supporting people for years. And a couple content creators had even came up and said that. Because she said, like, some people don't want their cash app discussed. But she
Mm-hmm.
said any CC, like she said, if you was doing like a contest and you was a CC participating in a contest, she would cash app you. Or if you was a content creator and she just was watching you and she was like having a bad day or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you made her smile, she'll cash app you. So she said she's been cash apping people for years. But
Mm.
the Juicy cursed her out. She admitted she's like, he got me out my body, now I'm on his ass. And apparently she's good at it. Even Uncle Tim was over there the other day.
I know.
So
I
it was
said, is
fun.
this the new Uncle Tim? Because she reminds me of when Uncle Tim used to go in at him like every day. Like I was saying the other day, Uncle Tim used to come live at least twice a day, going on Jay Wilson at least twice a day.
Right. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so that Uncle Tim was like, he was like, if he had the money, because she was speaking about that, she was explaining how Tommy was lying on her or whatever. She said Tommy was really mad. Look at this person that said they blocked me, but every time I'm on the panel, they talking to me. Look at this. I just had to come up
I
here to
mean,
prove
they
my
go
point.
in
No,
on
no,
your smoke
I had to
detector
do it. I
though,
had to do it.
Uppy.
They cannot stop themselves. I'm telling you.
But
Even the
Uppy, they be
trans
going
women
in
are
on your
into
smoke
uppity.
detector.
Yeah, I
They
know,
said
and
if
they're
you
gonna
don't
keep
get that
doing it.
smoke
They're gonna
detector
stay
battery
bothered.
changed,
I do need
Uppy,
to do it, but I be forgetting. It's not at the top of my list. Like
we
I'm
got Nyla up over there. We need that smoke detector changed. Okay, we
No,
need that
it works
battery.
though. Trust me, it works. Like every time Nala Daddy come over here trying to cook eggs, the smoke detector be going to hello because he can't even cook eggs.
Oh
But
no,
anyway,
you
so it
gotta
works.
change the smoke detector.
I do, but you know what? I need to realize what kind. I gotta first find out what battery it is. I need to stand on
They
something and look.
usually be the 9 volt, but I don't know with the newer ones. They might be different, but normally they be
Don't
like
you?
9 volt.
Okay, never mind. Never mind.
No, was you about to say what I was thinking?
Uh,
Like your maintenance people
I'm
too.
just going.
They
I'm
You
change
know,
those,
I
don't
some
they?
just
this
going to be
guy to change
quiet.
it.
I'm
He
just
told
going to
me
be
I had to buy
quiet.
my own battery, but I need him to tell me what kind it is because I
Your
can't even
maintenance
read.
people won't change it. What?
Yeah. Like
Oh,
I'm telling you, New York City, they got a code charge for everything. I'm telling you. But anyway, I'm
oh,
gonna buy a battery. I just need to go over there and what you call it? Uh,
okay.
you should have left with the other 40 people that left when Jay Wilson was up here lying. Girl, you just a fan. But anyway, like I said, I just came up here to say thank you for the mug. I did get it. Yeah, because you had like 60-some people when I came over here. And I did want to say Submarine did not buy anybody or Tommy said that because you know how Tommy feels about Castro. If you
Yeah.
feel like if he feels like you're siding with Castro. So I guess he felt some type of way about something. I don't even know. But he went over to Jay Wilson. Now look, Jay Wilson done fell out with them just that quick. But Uncle Tim was over there the other day. And Uncle Tim said if he ever get any money, he gonna pay everybody to stay away from him because he needs it to happen. but
Yeah.
yeah, but that girl,
Mm-mm-mm.
she even know famous people and everything. Like, so I don't think, she admitted she's like she got time. When she go live, it's only gonna be about Jay Wilson. She's not gonna focus on anybody else. So him trying to round up all these people is useless. But she did get Jay Wilson to be honest, because now you're seeing he's saying it's his ex. And what he's really mad about is she contacted Mark. And she told Mark that Jay Wilson has been saying that they're engaging in a relationship. And I guess Mark must have called Jay Wilson behind the scenes because now he's saying that his
Oh.
ex. It was his fiance last week. Yeah, she said she
Mm.
know everything about him. She putting out, oh, you got to watch the live. That's
Yeah,
why he really
I be
mad.
over there. I be
Yeah.
over there. I was like, I can't see everybody, because my schedule might not be as free all the time. But I be
Right.
trying to watch as much as I can and watch, most of the people who doing content over here. So I be over there at
Yeah, I like
Submarine
him.
too.
Yeah, I like original content and those people that's not scared. I can't stand people who pick and choose people they want to pick on, but like you can't pick on one person for this and ignore when your favorite do that. It don't make sense to me, so I don't pay them no mind. That's why a lot of these people in the comments be crying, but I don't care
Yeah.
because can't nobody make me shut up, and I show my face and where I be at, and ain't nobody stopped me yet in New York City, so I don't know why they be telling me for. But anyway,
Well, I'm
but I
glad
have
you
to
got
say,
your merch, boo.
thank you for the thank you for the merch, and I definitely will be rocking that cup tomorrow. When we at the zoo. All right.
Ow.
So yeah, y'all
Yeah,
have a
make
great
sure you
day.
take a picture while you
I,
at the
yeah,
zoo.
have a, oh my goodness. Have a good time at the zoo.
Yeah,
Oh, I
have
will. Thank
fun.
you. I plan to get plenty of video footage, but I just want the hood table to know I'm going to try to take some exclusive footage with your cup, so that way you can use it on your business site for promotion or however you want to do it. You're free to do that.
Thank
Okay.
you. I appreciate that.
Anytime. Later, you guys.
All
Bye bye.
right, y'all have fun.
Bye bye.
That's crazy because I was just telling my son, I'm like, what can I do with the baby this weekend? Let me look up and see if any new movies out or something going on around the city. Because school about to start back. So and this gonna be his first year in school. So I'm trying to think of some fun things to do before he starts his school year. So that's what I gotta look into tomorrow. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm glad she got her cup and Uppity won all kind of shit. And again, Coriel, let me know if you want some merch too. I'll just, you my girl. I'll just send you some shit if you want.
No, just save
And I
it
got at
for.
least like 3 or 4 more shirts
Mm-hmm.
that I could give away. And then the coffee mugs, I can make them in 5 minutes. The coffee mugs and
Yeah,
tumblers, put them in the mail. But
yeah.
yeah, just
I
let me
I
know.
want you to save it because I'm sure you guys are not going to wait every season to have a
Oh no, it's gonna be.
yeah,
I'm gonna do stuff probably 2, 3 times a year, especially around
yeah,
the holidays.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So
it's okay. I don't want to take, you know what I mean. And I have so many, people. I have a friend. Every year, she thinks it's cute to buy you some kind of coffee mug. So I have so many coffee mugs. And I always put off telling her how irritating it was to always open a gift from her and it was a coffee mug. And so fine, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to hurt people's feelings.
I
But
know.
finally, I think it was a year before last, I was like, girl, look, if I had 20 people over to my house for coffee, I'd still have 6 coffee mugs from you. I was
Hmm.
like, I don't. And then when I said it, all the other friends that were there said, yeah, please, no
Oh
more
no.
mugs. Yeah, that was her thing. She thought it was cute. Like, everybody's going to know me because I give coffee mugs. And it was just irritating.
Oh.
So, I
And
have
see,
a,
when you're a creator, I ain't gonna hold you. When you're a creator,
yeah,
like it's so fun knowing how
yeah,
to do that shit.
sure.
Like I used to be so, when I see a
Yeah,
mug or a cup or something at a store or
yeah,
whatever, now
yeah,
I can actually make the shit I can put
yeah,
whatever I want on whatever I want.
yeah.
Like that is so fucking cool. And I
And
sometimes I be at work and they be like, "You made that shirt, right?" And I'm like,
yeah,
"Yeah." They be like, "I want that shirt." I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know if I want you wearing what I'm wearing." Shit
yeah.
like that.
But like I have a lot of cups for the car, mugs for the car too. Now I like those, so I have those, because I love a cup holder, something that fits in a
That
cup.
fits perfectly in the cup
Yeah,
holder. Yep.
if I did want something, it would be a T-shirt. Because
Hmm.
I can never have enough T-shirts. But
Exactly.
everybody doesn't have like 32 coffee mugs. So of course, you
Hmm.
know what I'm saying. And plus, I don't have you and Riggs on one, no. But that pink was beautiful. I thought
And
about
no, when
what
I
you
made Uppity cup
said.
Oreo, I promise you, I was looking at her cup and the pink was
Yes,
just pinking. Because remember, I searched for the pink codes because I didn't
yes,
want to use a regular pink. So I went searching on Google for some codes for different color
yes,
pinks. And I got the pink I wanted for her cup. And I said, I
yes,
gotta have this to myself. And I just made me
yes.
one right after I made hers.
Yes, yes. So that was a good move on her. I never
Yeah.
thought of pink. I would have tried to pull a color, that you already had with you and the picture you had, like
Mm-hmm.
pulled like a bright. But anyway, it looked cute. You were absolutely right. It looked cute. It looked real
Oh,
cute.
yeah, I
You do
like
good
it.
work. Everything you do, you do to the fullest. You always take it to the next level.
I
You
try.
always try to be above and beyond. And I think that's
I
cool.
try. Whether I'm
Yeah,
making a cake
cool.
or t-shirts,
Yes.
I really do try
Yes.
because when it
Yes.
comes to small businesses, we know a lot of
Yes.
people are finicky about
Yes.
small businesses.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Yes.
do try everything I put out. I try my best
Yeah. So if you're in
to, yeah.
Omaha, Nebraska, you could order a cake from the cake cupcakes, cookies, and cakes. And no matter where you're at, she has a business where she what's it called? What is it called? Like you do t-shirts, cups, mugs. What is that?
Well, it's actually on Facebook, but it's the
Right.
Hood Table. Damn, I done forgot what the fuck the name is. Hold up. The Hood Table Arts Craft and Apparel.
There you go. And what can you get? Like coffee
Almost
mugs.
anything. Like I
Mhm.
got it. I got all kind of shit posted, but I
Yeah.
mean mugs, coffee mugs, tumblers, t-shirts.
Yeah.
I mean even like this stuff that I do here, like back to school, custom back to school supplies. For the kiddos. I do all kind of shit. I mean everything.
Yeah.
Everything. Cake toppers, like the shit that you see on this cake right here. I do
Hmm.
toppers and just all kind of shit. So
Yeah.
just follow me on that page and you'll
Hmm.
come across all kind of shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's just
Yeah.
it's
Well,
so much that I do.
yeah. Yeah. And
That
it would be
yeah.
great for like if you know how black folks like to wear like the same t-shirt for family reunions. Like my friend's mom, her and some church friends just went to Mexico and went while on their travel days, like to Mexico and from Mexico, they had two t-shirts made. So
Right, like
they
the family reunions, the girl trips, the guys trips, the all that shit. Yeah, I do all that shit.
yeah.
Mhm. And they
Hmm.
like to be matching and all that kind of stuff.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. And I know that a friend of mine, I think a long time ago, we had talked about it that I had went to their no, it was her aunt's, but I had met her aunt and her aunt was just a beautiful person. But anyway, they were having the funeral and I had never seen a family, wear all the same color.
Oh,
I'm
the
Yeah,
funeral
and
shirts.
so
That's a big
yeah,
thing here in the
and
Midwest.
yeah, but
Mhm.
I mean they were shirt like they all wore red. They weren't t-shirts. Some
Mhm.
of the family members wore a t-shirt, but it didn't have anything on it.
Right,
But
I
my
know what you're
point,
talking about, but
but
that's a big thing here. Like it's a big thing to say the theme is red and white or purple and gray or blue and black that's a big thing here in the Midwest. It's either a color thing or is hey if you want to order a t-shirt. I mean we do the buttons, like the buttons you pin on your shirt. We do the fans. Like they
mhm,
really big on that funeral shit here in the Midwest. Like
mhm,
they have a whole t-shirt front and back with the
mhm,
deceased on it. And like, yeah, that's some Midwest shit. Some I don't know. I don't want to say no hood shit, but it is what it is.
yeah.
But yeah. But I had a really great time today with you guys. I know I got some jewels from Judy. I also got some jewels from lovely lady love. Thank you so much. They said they didn't know black people was in Omaha until they started watching the Hood Table. I'm like, y'all need to stop. Y'all need to stop. But yeah, I had a great time with you and even Jay Wilson when he hit the panel and explain. One thing I like about Jay Wilson, he can be a little shady and he can drag too and all that kind of shit. But even if he is involved in some shit, he will sit there and just talk to you in this like, you know how some people they just be kind of like, you know, maybe standoffish and mean about it and stuff. Like you can simply just ask him a question. He'll be like, well, you might like his answer, you might not like his answer. But you know what I'm saying? So he's
Yeah.
always, you know, hit the link, whatever, even if we don't, you know, ask them.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah,
But yeah,
so
there's people that you've asked to hit the link, and they're like, no, no, or not until you come over to my channel and hit my link.
oh Lord.
You know, the hood table's never in any storylines. You're in a storyline. You dropped in the chat. You know what I'm saying? You've been to other channels and you've hit the panel and talked about it. But it's like they try to make you not unless you hit my panel. You've never hit my panel. And it's like, whatever. Whatever. You know, the odds are you just might be able to tell your story over here to a few people that haven't heard it before. You see what I'm saying? But whatever. Yeah, he does do that, and I like that about him. You know, he will hit your panel when damn near every time you ask.
Yeah, absolutely. But other than that, you guys, it is almost 4. Was actually 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. We on our 3 hour. Y'all know I try not to go over 3 hours. But again, I'm supposed to be live tonight. If you find me, you find me because I'm not gonna share it.
Why?
I'll share with you, Corio. I'll share with you. But the person who I'm going live with, we're going on somebody else's panel, and they're not really in the sector on that sector type of shit, you know. And it's like some of my other channels. I might go over to somebody else's channel who's not in the sector, but you know how people be like, share the video. I could be somewhere so really supports people thugging it out in a chat, and I'm not sharing shit because I don't want, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hate to say cross contamination.
Yeah.
But sometimes you want to protect your peace when you over in another space. If somebody happen to find you, they find you.
Yeah.
But it's not always cool to be sharing everybody's shit. Then you got all these people over here who be all in the drama and all of that. Like, did you hear Lemon ask Cruiser, do she think he'll be okay in the church sector? Did you hear him answer that on YT?
Does that nigga even go to church?
I don't think he go to church. I don't even think he would know where the nearest church is in his hood.
But I think that if Lemon was old Lemon, like SK Lemon, yes, he probably could, even though he's that I know of, he's not a church person. But yeah, I think he was being funny. I think he was just being funny.
And it's not always 100% about even being raised or go to church. Because a lot of people in the church sector, they just do commentary on fucked up shit they see that churches do. They not necessarily born and raised in a church.
There's not that. Well, okay. I don't know.
I understand. There's a lot of people who do commentary on pastors and they don't go to church.
See, I'm not over there, so I don't know.
It's mostly like people who do commentary on people who.
I don't think that they have to go. I see what you're saying, but I just assume that you have some type of affiliation with the church, a church, to even want to be in that sector, to even give commentary, because otherwise,
and some are.
Yeah, who cares? Because if that's like what's her name? She used to be over here in this sector, Nikki Nick at Night. She used to be over here. She did a video on the pastor with HIV and the 13, 14-year-old boy. Yeah, stuff like that.
And see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. A lot of people in the church sector are doing content on just church shit. Just like when I was telling you about the pastor who had sex with the 14-year-old and might have possibly gave him HIV. You know, he's in jail right now and it's trending all over the internet. Like, I don't have to go to church and sit on a pew 5 days a week to do content. You know what I'm saying? So all church sector content is not based on people who have a knowledge of everything in the Bible or growing up in church or drinking the wine and eating the crackers or you know what I'm saying? They're not like all like you know what I mean? Like it's not like that. Not everybody over there. And a lot of people over there in the church sector, they just as I mean, they cuss. So I'm saying it's not just like church people over there, born in church and whoop de whoop. That it's a lot of people over there in the church sector.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hell, I could probably be real great over there in the church sector.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shit, speaking of Lemon, if he go over there, I'm going.
Yeah, exactly.
If Lemon can be in the church sector, the hood table can be in the church sector.
Right, but I don't think he would work out in the church sector.
Yeah, I don't
Because
even. He's trying to change his life around and be on a more godlier path. And I think he was a little drunk when he was talking.
And that may be true. That may be absolutely true.
I don't know because he sounded tipsy when he was saying it, so I don't know.
I don't think Lemon would do the research. You know, like I don't think that he would do enough research to do an actual story. Like
hell no, he'd be over there in the chat talking about you raggedy bitches.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that he would look up stories to do videos on.
Hell no, I can see him now. Pastor beat on his wife or something. You raggedy bitch. Why the fuck would you like? Hey, they know. He's just over there talking shit.
Yeah, Lemon's funny.
I can see
it. Lemon. Lemon's a mess. Lemon is a mess.
He is a mess. Even not Choreo, even Cruiser, when she was at YT and Lemon was over there, she said, you know, one day I just sat and I was just watching some of your shit. She said, Lemon, you are really funny at times.
I think so. See, and people drag me in chats and stuff when I say that, but I think Ness is very funny. You know, when she's dragging.
Oh, I do too.
I think Ness is hilarious, and especially when she's dragging somebody. And
I do too.
Women, even when he's drunk and he's cussing somebody out, and he gets real mad, he talking real loud, and he, you know, to me, I start laughing. And if he was ever cussing me out like that, I would crack up laughing because it's funny shit. Because
see, the thing about Ness, Pisa, and Deanna, to me, just them three right there, they will come up with the wildest shit out their motherfucking mouth, and I'll be like, "Where did that come from? Like, how did you think of that to say?"
Who was Pizza Dragon? It wasn't. Was it? Who was it? It wasn't Lemon. She was dragging somebody. Oh, it was grown folks. She drug, and this was not even last night. She just drugged the shit out of him last night for cash app.
I was there. I was there.
Yeah, you know, she wasn't even asking for cash app. She just was like, you know. But it was another night. I think he had been over there and he had put her name in the title, and she drug his ass for filth and half the stuff she came up with. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I heard her the other day. I think that was yesterday. She was talking about him. But yeah, like them, Deanna, the Nesses, they just say like the wildest shit sometimes, and I just laugh. I hysterically laugh. And don't let me be laughing, but watch it from work. And I just bust out laughing like, what the fuck did they just say? Like, who thinks of that shit? Like,
I don't. You know, Ness, she even cracks me up with her ad libs. You know what I'm saying? Just her little ad libs that she says all the time just cracks me up. Girl, bye. Girl, bye. You know, just the way she says anything. But anyway, I'm trying to think. I don't think I've seen anything else. I don't think that
I ain't seen nothing else either.
Yeah, I don't think anybody.
Caster doing anything different over there?
Let me think. Oh well, you read Bertha Mae's Wall, right?
Yes, I do.
So she claims she joined the church.
Oh.
Again. and she takes the right hand of fellowship on September 12th.
I heard
And
that. So they let her back
said,
into the same
and
church they put her out like twice.
she said that if the first lady tries to stop her, they gonna have a problem. Okay.
So
And
Bertha, so Catherine has rejoined. Ain't this like the third or fourth time she rejoined the church?
I mean, I don't believe her. I don't believe any of it. So if she has joined this church, I believe it'll be for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Or the second, yeah, because I do believe she joined the first time and they asked her to leave because she was harassing the first lady. I do believe that. I don't believe none of the rest of the shit, but I do believe she was in that church trying to get close to the pastor. And the first, you know what I'm saying? And she, got jealous of the first lady. I don't think the first lady knew her from Adam. I think she got jealous of the first lady. And that the pastor was getting creeped out by her, and I think that usher did escort her out the church, and she was told not to come back. I do believe that. I do believe after that she did try to make an appointment to see the pastor, and when she walked up there for the appointment, the secretary saw who she was, recognized her, and told her the appointment was canceled. But all the rest of that computer, laptop, he had my mama evict me. He talked to me. I don't believe any of that. But as far as the things that they say were harassment, those two things, I believe she did it. I believe I'm not sure if they've forgotten who she was. And so they probably might have let her join the, you know what I'm saying? Because after what, that church got 20,000
But some big ass
people.
hats covering her face. They might not know who she is coming through the door.
And they have 20,000 plus members.
Right.
So after 10 years or so, they might have forgotten her face. And like you said, you wear them big ass hats. So, and I heard she's going to get a hot dress. I shouldn't say hot, but new.
Please don't let it be pink.
A girl, if it's pink,
please don't let it be pink.
Girl.
If she get another hot pink dress, like
girl. And I think that she says something about she thinks that the wife is messing around with something where she lives now. So she thinks the wife has found her and is, doing something, messing with where she lives now.
Girl, I'm about to call her Sister Pepto.
What you know what? Okay. But yeah, she's trying to, now she's saying the wife has found out where she lives and is trying to do.
Ain't the wife a whole lesbian? So is the wife messing around with a woman?
That's and doing drugs, yes.
Oh Lord, you know what? Yeah. Allegedly, because I don't want to get caught up in nobody.
Right, that's why I don't mention that kind of stuff.
A lot of people don't even want to mention half the shit that she be saying.
But so yeah, she's on that same shit. I think that she's getting less and less views because people are sick of it, and the people who even felt sorry for her and felt like it might have, could have, should have been the truth are now finding out that, it's all lies. And, the less people she has over there watching, it seems like the more bizarre the story gets. You know what I'm saying? So, and, she's still writing her book and getting it published. She swears she has a publisher, but okay. Okay.
Well, on that note,
yeah,
I might see some of y'all later. Choreo, I'll let you know where I'm at later if we do decide.
What time is it gonna be?
I think like 8-ish. I think I'm not even 100% sure, but I think like 8-ish, probably about 9-ish your time.
Now, are you gonna be on the panel? Or
Yep.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, me and you know who. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but okay. I want to know some more. I can't wait till we get out of here so I can hear more about it.
I
Because
will let you know, child.
okay, is this a okay? All right, I ain't gonna ask any more questions.
Uh,
Thank you for having me. To all
okay.
the people in the chat that don't know me, I hope I've represented well. So you'll come back over here. If I'm on the panel, I didn't run you off. To all the people that do know me, hey, what it do? And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you taking the time to have me on your panel. Thank you.
And you know, it's always a pleasure to have you
Mhm.
over here anytime, child. But I love you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
And don't forget Sunday. If I don't, well, of course we'll probably talk before then. But I'm just saying, Sunday 4 p.m. Central Time, we will be doing doing commentary or reviews on The Polygamist over here. 4
Oh
p.m. Central.
shit! Let me write
Yes,
that in my
Oreo, you can't
calendar.
forget. I'm gonna remind you. I'm gonna be reminding people over the weekend.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah, because I didn't write that in my calendar
Yep,
for
yep,
this
yep.
Sunday at
It's gonna be
4.
me, UT, VA, Sislo. It's gonna be quite a bit of us.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
might be a little late.
that's
Just a
okay.
little bit. Just a little bit.
That's
I'll,
okay.
okay.
All right, love.
All right. Love you too. Bye
All
bye.
right, love you too. Talk
Go
to you
ahead and
later.
drop me. I got I got
Okay,
the phone.
okay, I got you.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Okay, okay, okay. So make sure y'all hit that like and share button. Just in case you haven't already liked and shared the video. And if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe. If you want to donate to the commentary, $ the hood table 402 is the cash app. But other than that, thank everyone for sending me the jewels and all of you who participated in the chat as far as like giving feedback to the commentary and those who hit the panel. And shout out to Uppity who finally got all her merch that she won from playing in our I don't want to say it wasn't a challenge or nothing like that. It was just a game night we had for the people who have been supporting Riggs and I on the block from the block to the hood table. So, we just had like a supporters appreciation night and she won a few things, including cash apps. That girl was winning left and right. Child, we can't never say Uppity ain't never won shit because she was winning. She was taking all the bag. Okay. She was about to drain me dry. Okay. But anyway, make sure you like and share the video. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.